gonna scoot in. It's on the
Hold on, let me get you right. Hold on.
Yeah.
You really don't want to touch it, man?
No, like I
man.
have a bad track history with mics and shit like
You
this.
just touch it, breaks?
Yeah, so I can't afford it.
It crumbles.
I can't tell. Is that good?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm good.
I can hear them good.
Yeah.
You know, those are pretty.
They catch pretty well. Oh.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, that's better than what it was.
Oh.
I have poor vision, so I couldn't see that. All right.
Ready?
Hold on. Hello, Keith. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I shouldn't have said I was ready.
I knew it.
I should have gave my phone time to catch up.
Now we just have this dead air.
It's all right.
If one thing for certain, I'ma get my earnings, then smoke my burdens, keep that burning. I can feel it in my sternum. Duffel don't hurt 'em. Got a couple dollars so a nigga can splurge. Don't date Europeans, but the whip German. At the French Open from the way that I'm serving. Skin no cadaver, I look better in person. Every day I wake up feeling like a god. Keep my life simple cause a nigga life flawed. But everything butter, everything great. All about the bread cause these niggas hella flaky. Born in 9 deuce but was raised by the 80s. Grow a jerry curl, get to looking like steaks. Not from the wood, but I'm big on the mic. Just tell me what you want, now give me what you like. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you like, baby, I'm here all night. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you like, baby, I'm here all night. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you like, baby, I'm here all night. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you like, baby, I'm here all night.
Baby, tell me what you like. Hit my cellular device. Pass me a drink that's on ice.
Don't ever turn me down again. I'll turn myself down. All right?
The slow fade out.
Whatever. I'd like to welcome everybody back to the StepBrothers podcast, episode 180.
Okay, so this will now be 182.
Yes, Joseph's episode will be 183.
There you
Right,
go.
okay. It's your host with the most, Chris Minor, a.k.a. Dino Spumoni, extra cheese and pepperoni, a.k.a. Talk to me nice.
Talk to me nice.
There you go. You finally fucking did it, bro. A.k.a. Young Chris Kringle, you know what I'm saying? The gift that keeps on giving. What's good, Dalton?
What's up, man? It's another day.
Another day.
Another podcast.
Another pod.
And as always, I get up at sunrise.
Right.
To watch my sunrise.
Yes,
there
sir. There we are. There we are.
We got
we got special guests in the building, man. Rapper, vibe setter extraordinaire.
Vibe setter.
Was that bad?
No, it was good.
Oh, okay. Jahn Dough is in the building. You know what I'm
what's
saying?
What's up, man?
How you
doing?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. I'm chilling, just trying to wake up, man.
Yeah, it's early, but you agreed to this, so
No, definitely. Now, I wake up at like 4:50. It's just been a long weekend.
Oh no, I'm sure it is. It's been such a long
definitely.
weekend because you just released the Garden Project
Right.
on all DSPs right now.
Definitely,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely. Yeah. Shout out
How
to
many
everybody.
how many years between projects since this one? And the last one?
Projects. Great question. So Joyride came out October 2020. So about 2 years from my actual project. Yeah.
2 years,
So I'm
okay,
about
okay.
close year and a half, 2 years, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Not really. I wouldn't say that was like a slow turnaround. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it was
it's slow for
relatively-
my terms because usually I like to crank them out every like 6 to 8 months,
Right.
like our actual project.
Right.
You know, but I try to crank them out every 6 to 8 months. But this time I was like, let me take my time.
I could definitely tell you did that.
Yeah, let me take my time because the Garden Project, honestly, the first 3 songs y'all hear, that was a whole different like sound, the wave of that I was going. That was how it was originally supposed to sound, like more like lovey-dovey, like Spell and Tough Love and Steve Hightower, more instrumentation, you know, like live band type stuff. But then I got recorded it, and then I was like, I need some G shit on this. You know what I'm saying? And, then, and that's how you got like What You Like and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So both you guys know as artists, I scrapped at least 20, 30 different songs,
Right.
you know, and then, you know, came back to it and went back and came back, and then we got what we got with
Right. I must say, I have made this beat with you in mind, and I'm never going to do this again. But not this part. That is what I'm not going to do again. I tweeted you like, yo, I got it. I got it.
Cocky.
No, but I know what he likes from me.
Yeah.
Like he liked the shit to knock. And I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
I got that shit. And Donnie bring his instigating ass in there. Oh, we're done with the album, bro.
Yeah.
We're done. It's a wrap. I was like, man.
Shout out to Donnie, man.
No, shout out to Donnie, though, because I didn't know how far you were in your process. I should have definitely, you know what I'm saying? Because I was definitely.
It was all good, man.
Yeah.
And when I saw Donnie's response, I laughed. So
Yeah, I bet you did. No, but that's me and Donnie's,
right, definitely.
like our relationship or whatever. But Donnie is one of the producers on the album.
Yeah, he is the main producer. He
Yeah,
produced
like
most of those
executive.
tracks. Executive. Yeah,
you recorded everything with him?
I recorded everything with him. We literally stripped that album from top to bottom. All right, we need to do this. All right, take that out. This don't work. You know, we really like took our time with that album and stuff. And just having him there, because he hears things a lot that the average human doesn't hear. You know, and I'd be like, damn, I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just a beautiful process working with Donnie on his album.
Rather have him on your team than not.
Oh, for sure. No,
for
sure.
I had a session. Our friend Juwan was there, and I wrote something for him to sing. And I guess it wasn't to like Donnie's liking.
Yeah.
And this at the old studio.
Yeah.
In Dallas.
Now I know what you're doing. Yeah.
He made my man's lay on that dirty, nasty floor, bro. He's like, lay down.
He said, "Now this is your diaphragm."
Bro, he was like, yeah, this is your diaphragm. You need to sing from here.
No,
you need to sing from here. I was like, okay, but hey, he pulled it up out of him. However he did that.
There's been a couple of times Donnie told me to stop recording, do some push-ups, and get my shit together.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Wow.
And that's just how Donnie works.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Yeah.
So with this project, I mean, what's different about it to you, like versus anything else that you?
What's different about it to me about this project is I guess I could say sonically I took a little bit more chances per se. So because I broke it down in 3 sections, mind, body, and soul. So the first part's the mind, the middle part, like what you like, is the body, and the last part's the soul. The soul is more just me speaking to myself. It's really the last maybe 4 or 5 songs just big ass diary talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? Just and I would just say really just a whole process from the rollout to it, what I want my supporters to hear, what I want them to feel, and stuff like that. Really, I put a lot more time into like the little things that I didn't before. Before I just make a tape, let's drop it. You know what I'm saying? But now I was like, all right, let's make sure this has a purpose before we put it out.
All right, so why did you decide to go with that purpose though? Like,
because
how to speak to you in that way?
Because the way I like to do albums, not so much like mixtapes or EPs, but actual albums. I like to have concept albums because it kind of helps draw me into what do I want to focus on. And this one's pretty much a garden project. Like it's about growing what you want, no matter if it's money, if it's I don't know, peace. It could be love, whatever you figure, whatever love is to you. Like it's growing your garden because each of us have our own garden, and each of us have our own thing we're trying to grow. But no matter where your garden is or who you are, your garden it needs nurturing, it needs time, it needs to water, and it needs you to pay attention. And that's really where I was going with the album. Is we all have our own garden. It just what are you willing to do to make sure your garden grows, basically.
Right. Now let me ask you a question. I know most artists are going to be honest about.
Yeah.
When Drake said he was dropping his album, were you like,
No, if I could be honest with you, Drake wasn't the issue. It was Kendrick. Because I was planning to drop in like earlier June.
Right.
Yeah, then I saw Kendrick. I was like, yeah, no. That he was, 5 years since he dropped his own project, not including the was it Lion King or not Lion King?
Black Panther.
Black
Panther. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm not for that. And with Drake, I just feel like he's such a pop star. It doesn't really affect me as an underground rap artist. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna do his whatever. But Kendrick is just like, I'm trying to get the same core fans. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard to go. It's gonna be hard regardless. But it's really gonna be hard trying to drop I didn't drop the album in 2 years.
Right.
And then he dropped in 5. Like, come on, we know the hierarchy here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me trying to get space from that. But But Drake was cool. I like Drake's. It was. I mean.
You don't like the house? You don't like the dance?
I love house. Yeah. I really love house music. I want to be fair. I want to hear it again. I heard it the night it dropped. And I was like, okay, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? Or it caught some songs caught my attention, but I didn't really have time. I really like to really break music down because I love listening to music no matter what genre it is, no matter who it is. If it's dope, it's dope. And he has some cuts. I just want to give it a fair shot like any other artist before I give my real opinion on that one.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Let me pivot right quick though. So Thank you, Dalton. So, West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
You from that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I need my pen because I don't feel like I'm really in interview mode. You know, every great interviewer has a pen.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got one.
You got one?
Of course, I got.
Is the one I can click?
Help your brain process.
Right,
Right, no,
right,
I'm saying,
right.
no, I'm the
I don't
same.
think you can
Yeah.
click it.
Oh wow.
I know you got a pen in there.
I got a bunch of shit in here.
But look, so you being from the West Coast,
Here, I'll give you this
obviously.
pencil.
All right, yeah.
It's my Japanese pencil, man. Enjoy it.
Oh, okay. Domo arigato.
You got it.
All right, so obviously we hear the influence. It's in you. It's,
Right,
You know,
definitely.
you're wearing the LA hat, all that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But shout out to the IE. I'm from the IE though.
okay, that's
In the Empire. That's like 30 miles east of LA.
what was IE like?
It's the IE is pretty much like the DFW. You know, DFW is a bunch of little sounds.
Right.
Pretty much the IE is the bunch of cities.
There's somebody else from there that was
Hit Boy's from there. He's from Rialto.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. So
guy.
how did what did you take from that LA experience, or you know, growing up living there?
I mean, that's just
Coming here.
That's just who I am. You
Was
know
it
what
a
I'm saying?
culture shock though?
Oh, it was a different because I came out here in 07. Y'all
Yeah.
was thugging. Y'all
Yeah.
was so the most thuggish dudes were doing this the whole time. And I was
Right.
like, what's going on? You know, I'm
Right.
not used to that. I'm where, you know, most of the games, if you ain't C walking or B walking, you two stepping. That's
Right.
about as much as you do.
Right.
So it was just a culture shock. And the music was the biggest culture shock because I moved out here in
Yeah.
07.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so we were just hearing like
You're
Nipsey just coming,
Yeah.
like
Right.
just hearing it, like on the real underground stuff. You know what I'm saying? Who else was 07? But you heard of K Dot. We weren't sure who he was. You heard the name, but
Right.
I wasn't like, you know, I didn't really hear him till was that Section 80? I want to say.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
that was the big one.
that was the big, yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's overly dedicated.
But it's just weird because also when I moved out here in 07, besides maybe game, the West Coast kind of died off.
Yeah.
In the national sense, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, I
So
guess,
like 07, it was like, all right, we might have a feature here and there. Gorilla Black had a
Yeah,
song,
well,
every, you know,
Gorilla's
whoop de
out.
whoop. Yeah, but when I moved out here in 07, the language was different.
Yeah,
Y'all had NASCAR jackets. I didn't understand that. Y'all had shags.
Tiny backpacks.
Tiny backpacks. Yeah.
Tiny children backpack.
But
Right.
I can see it right now. He gets off the plane.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, and then he goes in the Uber or the car or
Right.
whatever, and then he hears "Boogie Through the Door."
Yeah,
He's like,
I
what
heard
the fuck is going
like,
on?
I remember I moved out here May of 07. My Dougie was just bubbling like
Yeah,
that, like
you
the
got- you
original.
got
Yeah,
all
and
the
I
jiggy
was
shit.
like, I ain't gonna lie, Lil Spain verse went hard to me though. Like that, but it was just it was a major culture shock. But it took me about 4 years to get used to Texas, honestly. So by the time I was a
can
senior in
imagine.
high school,
I
that's
can
when I finally
imagine,
got
yeah.
used to
Did you
Texas.
feel coming from there to here? Did you feel any intimidation though?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, because you know, people are people. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It just I got the hardest thing with me is to figure out, you know,
Who your people were.
who my people
Right.
were, right? Exactly, because it's, and also I'm not trying to bring this into it, but California is a lot, where at least the part I was from, a lot more diverse. I had Polynesians, I had Cambodians, I had, you know, African Americans, I
Right.
had the Anglos, I had, you know, and if you were Latino, you were more than just Mexican. You could have been El Salvadorian,
Right.
you could have been Guatemalan, you
Right.
know, and it's out here, it's like that out here, but it's just very.
We don't break it down.
You don't
to
break it
the-
down to it, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
so I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, and the gang banging stuff, I really loved it out here because it wasn't as much.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as it.
bad. Yeah, I mean, you had
well, not bad, but
yeah, but you guys had cliques out here.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
With
you had
some
like
wild
YG,
names.
DF Dub,
Yeah,
you
wild
know,
names.
Ski Mask,
Yeah.
Lynch Mob, all-
UTG,
yeah.
Untamed Gorillas.
Yeah,
CGC,
yeah, all that.
Yeah, all that.
So learning y'all landscape was the hardest part
Right.
because I moved in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't. So by the time I got here, everybody already had their cliques.
Yeah, shit
everybody
was
had their
established.
friends. Yeah,
Right.
I'm the new kid with puka shells with a Hollister shirt.
Yeah.
People were like, who's this weirdo? You know what I'm saying? Who's this dude? So
Yeah.
it was a wild time, bro.
So I imagine when because you went to Denton, right? Like you.
Yeah, I went
yeah.
to TWU. Yeah.
Oh, that's the women's university. I think we talked about that before.
6% are men. Don't
Yep,
forget.
yep, exactly.
Yeah.
I think now they're up to 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Inclusion.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
I imagine. So what grade were you in high school at that time?
I moved out here, so you're the first one of people I'm telling this publicly besides my family. When I moved out here, I was already in the 9th grade. But in California, we didn't end school till like June 16th or something. I moved
Right.
out here in May. Y'all doing your tax test.
Right.
So my credits never really truly transferred.
Right.
So they were like, yeah, you probably got to repeat 9th grade.
Sheesh.
So I was like, all right.
Yeah.
You know, what am I supposed to do? I
Right.
can't, you know. So yeah, I moved out here when I was 15. Then I had to do another 4 years out here in high school.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, but it was cool.
Yeah.
It was,
I feel like coming in as a freshman would easier to.
Oh yeah, better than like a junior. Or
Yeah,
sophomore.
like if you would have came in here then, it was
Yeah.
like it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Nah, yeah, freshman.
get lost in the sauce.
I did have a chance to get a core group of friends that I'm still cool with today. You ever heard of Black Pat? You know, he's an artist out here in Dallas. He or Sensei Blue. You know,
I've heard of Sensei
okay,
Blue.
yeah, yeah. We were all pretty much cool in high
Okay.
school growing up and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely.
So you going to fast forward a little bit. So you going to TWU? I imagine that's how you met like Brandon and Coach Tev and.
Bro, Denton had so much talent.
Oh
It
yeah,
was-
it's like
it was crazy.
the Virginia of Texas.
Yeah, real talk. And I at the time I wasn't even like I was recording in the dorm, but I wasn't like doing shows. No one knew I recorded except for the people who actually recorded me.
Right.
So when I would go to like Poetic Justice or whatever it may be, then I saw Mecca. You know, I
Shout out to Mecca.
Yeah, I knew a dude named Roderick Parker. Of course, Bando, Tev.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, these dudes are dope. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But then it was fun because also. Since at TWU and I knew the dudes at UNT, I pretty much went to because I was at UNT more than I was at TWU. I went to TWU for classes for socially. I was at UNT the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And it was just that's how I met everybody there basically. And I met Bando honestly through my homie John. John, he's the one who do all my cover art.
Right. I remember
he was doing the adolescence cover for Bando.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
a great
Bando,
cover.
it's a great cover. And Bando came to the house just and that's where I met him. And like we were cool, and we really got cool by just talking shit to each other.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then
That's Brandon.
That's
and
Brandon.
then, and then we've been cool ever since.
Yeah,
definitely.
type shit. So when did around that time? Obviously, we were working with Brandon, and I'm trying to gauge when. For me, you, Tev, and Brandon were like a group. Maybe not like. Maybe y'all weren't a group for real, but I always associated y'all three together because of that whole Denton scene or whatever.
Right.
So for people like me, when do you think that conglomerate happened? Conglomerate? Did I say that right?
Conglomerate.
Well, conglomerate is a word, ain't it?
No,
It might be. I don't know.
it's not.
It is today.
Yeah, it is today. Right,
Yeah,
right.
God damn it.
So-
Name the episode that too while you playing. Figure out how to spell it since it ain't a word.
Okay.
So I can only speak from my point of view of where I saw it.
Right.
So, like I said, in college, y'all, I didn't, unless you really knew me, even Brandon, you didn't know I recorded or wrote because I was rapping in high school in a group called L7, and that's like, it was just a bunch of local kids, all the homies, we just rapping, everybody wanted to rap in high school, and we made a mixtape and all that, and I stopped recording like publicly until like, I'll say about 2016, 2017, after I already left Denton. So Tev and Bando they were getting their base, and they were like, you could see them coming, but I was just the homie who was around, you know what I'm saying? And then when I moved to Oklahoma for a year to teach. Bullshit. Then I came back down to Texas, and at that time, let me rewind that. 14, Cole came to UNT. J. Cole came to perform UNT.
Okay, yes.
And I went there and I was like, that's what I really, because I've been writing, you know what I'm saying? I've been recording, but I was, for lack of a better word, shy. I didn't really want to, be out there. Then I was like, damn, that's what I really, because I felt the energy. It was something I never really felt before. Because to that time, I've only been to 2 hip hop shows.
Right.
Like, because my parents are a little older, so every show I went to was like Gladys Knight or,
Right.
Patti LaBelle, something like that.
Yeah.
Spinners,
Oh, man.
you know what I'm saying? Shit like
Get
that.
some church.
Right, yeah, right. And so by the time I really saw that J. Cole, I was like, this is really, really what I want to do. And then I'm not gonna toot his horn too much, but it was Bando, bro. He put me in that house in Arlington in that hot ass closet to record, and he just literally, I stayed in there for like 3 or 4 hours.
Oh, no, I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was telling me. He was like, I remember that.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
And he was like, nah, bro, do it again.
Right.
Do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, honestly, and like I said, this is the God honest truth. Without Bando, I really wouldn't have what I am today as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Because I could write all day, but it don't give a damn if you could write if no one understands what you're saying.
Right.
Or if people don't feel what you're saying. And he really like took and that's why I'm forever grateful. He took his time with me, bro, and made sure I got, I didn't embarrass myself out there. And that's love. And that's how I met Tev, through Bando.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I became cool with that whole little circle. And then, of course, Blake, and then Boop to Boop, Blase Blah, and it's just, and then Mecca, and then all that. Like, pretty much all the major keys I met through the DF Dub scene was through Bando.
Yeah.
It's because we were homies in college, you know?
Right.
And he used to give us free hot wings and stuff from his job.
Where he used to work.
I forgot, like City Grill, something like that, and didn't. Yeah. And he would not go on his shift, bro. He would be at the house playing games with us. He's supposed to be delivering food. My bad, man.
No, I mean, shit, we passed that.
Right.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. City Wings. Yeah, okay.
That was a good time though, bro.
It was
I bet it was.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Denton was
bro.
a wild.
I think
Denton
I had
wild
only been
place.
to Denton twice.
Okay. Yeah.
I went to go see. Brandon had a show for the school.
Yep.
The Migos.
The Migos
performed.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah,
then I went out there. Like Chaz was here, and he
Chaz
was
French?
he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
staying
shout
at
out Chaz.
Brandon's dorm or whatever you want to call it. And Kyle was there.
yeah, I'm saying that, and that's how I met Cal through
Yeah.
Brandon because they live in
Yeah.
that same little spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You met all the mics, right?
Yeah, right.
Every
right.
mic in existence. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. No, I went to Chuck. He called me all the time. We got a party this weekend.
Oh, Mike Mo.
No, Brandon. I would always go out there.
Okay,
Parties,
okay,
bruh.
Okay.
And what's crazy is the first time I didn't know him, I didn't meet him. The first time I actually saw Brandon, he was actually a DJ. He was DJing.
I remember when he started that shit.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw him, and then after that's when he came over with John and Alex and stuff. I was like, oh, okay.
So circle back around to the Garden Project.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Obviously, you know, we got features on here from the talented. Dalton said on the way here, he was like, LaVoice got it, man.
Oh, she got it.
I
Yeah,
don't know what that
definitely.
it is, but she got
It's
it.
in her, definitely.
Mecca, which we spoke about briefly, Mecca is definitely.
Super talented, always.
I remember meeting her, obviously. I was like, okay, this is the enigma.
Yeah.
Because she's like this flower child type of aura to her, but she still got that Dallas.
She got that Houston in her.
Houston, I'm sorry, it's very embedded.
Right, definitely.
And I remember I heard her sing. I think the first song was "Searching." What, Brandon?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Not funny story, but a story about that. I think D Woo
Oh, D-Woo?
D Woo
Shout out
made
to
the
D-Woo.
beat,
Yes, that's correct.
but he brought it to your house. Me and Miles is in there, and Miles was like adding to it and stuff like that. And there was a certain part I was arguing with them about. I was like, bro, you have to keep it like this. I'm telling you, blah, blah, blah. I don't think they went with it, but I still feel like I was right. But hearing Mecca on that record, I was like, whoa. She was great. But yeah, LaVoice, Mecca, obviously, G-Wagon. I was in Penny, you know what I'm saying? Kwame, Bando.
Yeah, right.
But there's a couple features on here.
Right.
Yeah, I have.
Not to like discredit anybody else on here, Dizzy Wright, because everybody did their thing.
No,
I feel like
I got. How did the Dizzy Wright one come about?
That
I haven't heard Dizzy in like
Yeah.
years.
And shout out to Dizzy. That's a really cool dude, bro.
Yeah.
Literally, him and his whole team are really cool. Literally with Dizzy Wright, when I just hit him up because I always been a fan of him. I was like, you know, I got a project coming out. I would love to have you on there. He said, bet, send me the stuff. And that's pretty much how it worked, bro. Yeah, Dizzy's a straight up dude. You know, we're supposed to be shooting a video soon for that as well.
oh, dope.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah, I was like, it was good to hear him again. I was
Yeah.
like, yo,
and he went
was-
off. Like
Yeah.
he went off. You know, like, okay.
He didn't. I forgot the term where like they kind of like don't really give you their full.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
He went full throttle.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, he went full
Yeah.
throttle.
If I could be honest, I don't know how because I'm not a huge Isaiah Rashad fan.
Mm-hmm.
But when Payday came out, I know that was like the consensus. Like he kind of like laxed a little bit on
Yeah.
that verse. But I wouldn't have known because I don't
Yeah.
really listen to him. So
To me, and this is just my personal opinion about stuff like that. I feel like artists put their energy into how they feel like they need to for that song. You know what I'm saying? So I would never say artists was. I mean, of course, there's very, very, very evident instances where artists was poo-poo on the track.
Right.
But just where I'm speaking specifically for the Isaiah track, I think he did his thing on that. You know,
think he
he
did
gave
too.
it what the song needed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the song was doing what it's doing because you know he gave it. Because if it was boo boo,
Yeah.
the internet's not nice. You know what I'm saying? They would have been let him know. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah,
For
so
sure.
I think he did his thing on that, definitely.
Okay, now the big one. You got the game on the album, bro.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I had to read it twice. I was like, does this say the game? The game?
Yeah.
I thought it was game, but it was the game.
Yeah.
How did this happen? I need to know how this happened.
Long story short,
it's always gonna be a long story with the game. I'm sure. Yeah.
man. Long story short, I hit the right person who knew the right person who pretty much got
In contact.
okay. And it got
It's not what you know; it's who you know.
That's all that. That's a one thing I learned in the industry. It's like you could be the most talented person, but if you don't know the right person, who no one cares. You know
That's a
what I'm
fact.
saying? Definitely. But yeah. And then he sent the verse, and then I got it. And my boy. So would you guys hear? You know that first part, Games rapping on with the more harder one. Camden produced that. Shout out to Camden. Piff, that's his producer name. And then we heard it, and then I was in LA actually when he sent the verse back. I happened to be with Bando and Miles in LA. And then I listened to it, and Miles was like, "Don't worry about it, bro. I got you." And then the second part of the beat, that's Miles.
Shit crazy too. I really like that second half.
Yeah, definitely. And I was like, okay, bet, because I just felt like we needed something. Yeah, like a yin and yang to it. You know what I'm saying? Because originally I was rapping on the same beat Game was rapping on, but then like when I heard it, I was like, this is not really what I envisioned for this song. And then Miles just literally say, "Bro, I got you." And he took care
shout
of
to Miles because he'll
do that all day.
Yeah, definitely. And then them horns, I was like, oh my god.
No, the intro track, I really wish y'all you rapped on that shit because I really that instrument. I guess you would say instrumental. I guess I really like that shit. That was hard.
Definitely.
That's crazy. The Game, man.
It's not what you know.
And you being from LA is crazy.
That's definitely a dub.
And funny, so my homie Stone, who's on that, I got a song called Gratitude on that. He's the one talking at the end. His uncle was actually Whack 100 Games manager. That's not how I connected it.
Right.
It's just crazy how small the world is. You know
it's
what
very
I'm saying?
small.
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very small.
Definitely, yeah.
So what would you say was like the easiest song to do as far as a writing standpoint?
Oh, Spell. Not even close.
What was the hardest?
Time. Because I was literally just rapping for like...
You said tie or time?
Time.
Okay.
Yeah, time was the hardest. Spell was easy because, like I said, when I wrote this, when I was getting ready to when I was just writing and just in my creative process, that's the whole direction I have for it, So that just came off. Literally, I wrote that verse literally in like 25 minutes, literally, and I laid it down and I got it cleaned up, sent it to LaVoy. She sent her stuff back, and it was that simple. Time, it just not only was it because Donnie challenged me with that beat with Time, because I told him I want this sample, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a song called Time I really love, and he sampled it for me, and I was like, all right, now what are you gonna talk about? You know what I'm saying?
Turn me up a little bit, Don.
And that was pretty much the hardest part.
Don't hit us with a copyright.
Yeah, real shit.
I'm assuming Uncle Junior is not really your uncle.
No, it's my real uncle.
Oh wow,
that's my real uncle. Yeah.
We don't create it for the critics. Most of them will talk about it, never really lived it. Is you really living life or is you living for that image? Yeah, they talk a good game, but it's all just a gimmick. Keep it free, keep it G. All the niggas plan to be who I'm meant to be. I am him is me. And I opened up my eyes to the things I couldn't see. Yeah, opened up my heart to the things that hearten me. I here fighting for my freedom, so nigga, I'm still swinging. Pressure making diamonds.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, how can I make this beat? Just like when I get a beat from a producer, especially a dope beat, like when you send something or Donnie or Miles, I need to do it justice because I feel like this is your art as well. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that I don't mess up your art. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I did the other day? I had went through my Cash App receipts. I don't know why. I honestly, I do know why. I was trying to see how much money I sent this girl over the course of me knowing her.
Yeah.
Definitely need some of that back. But I think you were like one of the first people that sent me money for a beat. Like, I can remember 2 times specifically. I know one time we were picking up Juwan from the Greyhound. And I think something was going on with my PayPal. You remember the PayPal was like negative $100? You was like, I don't understand how this can happen.
Yes.
So I was like, bro, send it through Cash App. You sent it. And I was like, wow. Mind you, I've sold beats before you, but just being able to go back, because that was like 20 shit.
Had to be 17, 18.
Yeah, so it was like going back. I was like, damn, like.
Yeah, because you was on, you had a couple tracks
on
the My First My Halo. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck, why he picked these beats?
Those are some thumpers though, bro.
Back then, but I can't listen to that shit. I was like, bro, what the fuck? But nah, man, like I told you on your last project when I got around to listening to, which honestly I would say around that time, 20, what was that, 20, when we put, I talked to me like 2020, right?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
A lot was going on at that time.
Oh, yeah,
like, as far as like
the world.
Not saying the world, but I meant like our music scene.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I wouldn't say our music scene.
I'm sorry.
Wait, let me ask you a question while we're talking about that.
For sure.
Do you consider yourself a part of the Dallas music scene? Like,
yes, because this is where I'm doing my music at.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like it's weird because it's like a split because I don't really feel like a Dallas native,
Right.
Because I'm not, obviously. But like when it comes to like music, because I shake hands with more people in Dallas than I do in LA because I'm out here every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. And it's crazy you said that because I know more people who are like up there in LA, but it's like I'm here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know them, but we haven't really kicked it in like 10 years.
Right.
You know, 7, 8 years. So I know them, but it's like, do you really know them? You know, it's like one of those type of things. When you move in high school, bro, like that's when we really blossom to who we are. You know what I'm saying? I lost a whole section with the homies back home. Like they had a whole different life without me. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a weird dynamic, but I would definitely say I'm part of the Dallas music scene because this is where I lay my hat at.
I do find that to be an interesting
dynamic.
Yeah, because man, I just never I personally never consider myself to be a Dallas.
Yeah.
It's because I've represent Arlington so much. You know what I'm saying? So I and we don't really have a huge music scene. There's a lot of people doing their thing. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
And it's almost like you got to leave Arlington to go to Dallas, then to one day move to like LA or New York
what I got
or whatever.
hit with once? I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Because I graduated from DeSoto and I was at somewhere and someone was like, "Man, you ain't from Dallas, you from DeSoto." I was like, "Nigga." I was like, what are we talking about at this point?
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's weird.
They will do that.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
It's
you know what I'm
weird.
saying? Like,
It's weird.
Like, people forget it. Carter and DeSoto's only separated by like 8 minutes off Hampton.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're right there. So to act like we're not part of the Dallas scene because we're from DeSoto or Cedar Hill or Dunkerville,
DeSoto's a nice area too.
It's a
man.
great, you know what I'm saying?
My brother lives in DeSoto. It's
Yeah.
really nice out there.
So yeah, but now that I'm thinking about it after you said it, I feel like I'm part of the Dallas music scene, but I feel like I'm in it, if that makes sense. Like, like I make music out here, I represent Dallas whoop-de-whoop, but like when it comes to like the intricate parts of it, I feel like I'm still an outsider. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like I said, a lot of these relationships were built years ago. And I really just started like doing this professionally like maybe 5 years ago, give or take, so it's still, I feel like there's a lot of catching up to do. And then the politics out here are sick.
Oh yeah,
it's sick, bro.
Thank you for not many people will admit that as far as how these games are being played, but I know there's games being played.
Oh, easy,
for sure,
definitely.
But you as an artist, right? Where can you see in yourself you've grown the most? Has it been your writing, your song making ability, performing? Like, what's something you saw grow for sure?
For sure, off the rip performing.
Yeah.
Before I was just like up there, because I didn't know, but now I have a way better feel for crowd control. And again, Bando taught me that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a great performer. He's one of the best hip hop performers I know. He can get the crowd there. You know what I'm saying? And keep them. But I'll definitely say performing and just how to write a song. Because because I've been writing since I was like 10. Whether it's poetry and all that. And people don't know I'm in an honor society for writing, like actual like essays and stories and stuff.
Nice.
Like I actually write. So applying that wasn't hard. It's like to make, okay, you could write, but can you make this a good song? Can you make a good hook? Can you make, what I'm saying? Can you give it time to breathe? All that little intricate stuff.
Right.
I feel like I'm really, really growing. And it's just, it was just fun to see the Garden Project really take shape because I had no idea what I was doing half the time. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I was doing, but I had no idea like how it was going to turn out.
Right, of course.
But it was just dope to see that.
So what's one thing you feel like you still need to grow in? I mean, obviously we grow every day, but
you're talking about strictly as an artist?
Yeah.
The business side of it. Like if I could be really honest with you, I feel like the art wise I'm getting where I need to get to, but like I said, shaking hands with people, investing my money in this type of promotion, making sure that I go X, Y, and Z instead of doing ABC. It's the little stuff because there's no real manual for this stuff.
No,
bro.
it's not.
Like I'm just like throwing stuff on the wall hoping it sticks.
Let me ask you another question since you said that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you as an artist, obviously, be involved with the business, but do you feel like you should be handling the business, or so do you feel like somebody should be there handling the business in your best interest?
Yes and no, because I feel like I should know what's going on with my business because my brand is how I'm getting my, it's how I'm paying my bill. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that everything is right. But at the same time, I don't like that shit is draining, bro. Like the energy to take into the business side of it is really like
you really gotta have that dog.
You really gotta have right exactly.
and
it's like, bro, I'm just trying to make music and make a living,
Exactly.
But now I gotta worry about these points and this part, and then I gotta get this cleared, and it's like, damn,
So Joseph's
Shout out to Joseph.
Shout out to Joseph.
Yeah.
His what they call him?
The general manager.
The GM was here yesterday, Mr.
Okay.
Rob Palinka himself, and he said something that it was a political answer, but I honest to God feel like he feels this way. He was like, "Yo, I'm here to take care of everything else, so Joseph could be an artist."
Right.
And I feel like everybody should have somebody like that.
And
Like,
100,000%. And I really, really want that. And shout out to Moody, because me and Moody.
yeah, shout out to Moody.
Yeah, because Moody, we really started out his, I did a quick little video for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, they went to, oh, man, can you do my photos for me? For sure. And then it went from there, and now he's helping me with some of the business stuff.
Right.
He's managing me and stuff
Right.
like that.
Shout out to Moody.
So he got me a couple paid gigs, all that. Like, I really, really enjoy that. But I honestly hear the CEO, because I really do feel like someone should be there to help artists just take care of all that,
Oh, yeah.
the gray area stuff,
I feel that way too.
Yeah, because what's the saying? Master, like a jack of all trades is the master of none,
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
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 and that's how I feel when I come like that, because I don't know much about the business.
Right.
If I could be crazy, I'm not a dummy.
Right.
I still got enough sense to know this ain't right. But
Right.
like, it's the little stuff, and I really do feel like artists should have someone to take care of, and it's just a load off our shoulders. Man.
And I feel like that's the whole thing with being an independent artist.
yeah,
Because when you say independent today, that shit really means independent.
right.
Now, we not signed to like E1 or something as an independent label.
Yeah, have a backer.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody has backing today, which is, I admire it, because you're able to see what artists like yourself or even Hanani or Brandon, well, I don't know if I can say Brandon anymore, but like, up and coming artists literally have to go work a job, get that money, put that money into themselves, get these photos, videos, mixing, beats, whatever the case may be. Promotion, which is
I think
very
people
big.
forget about that part. Like,
Oh, yeah,
like you got to
definitely.
pay for, like you said, you got to pay for the cover, you got to pay for the beat, you got to pay for the studio, you got to pay for the video.
Yeah.
But people forget, once you're done doing all that, you still got to promote it.
And that's the most expensive
That's the
part.
most
That's the
expensive
most
part.
expensive
That shit's
part.
Like, they
expensive.
trying to hit you for $850 off the rip. I'm like, God, dog, bro.
What's crazy is, especially if you like playing this game, like Dalton was like, all right, we got to think bigger. Let's go get you a billboard. We tried to get the billboard, and
They didn't want to let him do it.
they didn't want to let me do it
Why
because my album cover they said it was too like
Vulgar or something?
provocative.
Provocative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was literally, if you drive
Talking
down,
about throwing up the grill?
grill, yeah.
How's that?
maybe
Because there
because
was a girl hand on it.
yeah, maybe because her hand looked fair.
That would have been hard on the billboard,
Bro,
bro.
what?
That would've been
I had it
hard.
designed and everything.
I thought it was
Yeah.
like, like I go like driving to Dallas, we see Cabaret East
Yeah, all
billboards,
that,
we
all
see
that. Yeah.
liquor, all this, and a fair. I think it was race involved because the
Oh,
woman
100% had to be.
was
I
a
like,
fair tone or whatever.
Right.
And
'Cause-
they, we in Texas, they not ready to see
all that, right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Even though the woman is black, I mean she's
Right.
black and Korean, but still her hand was fair.
Bro, that cover is so hard to me, bro.
She
Like,
took that picture.
Yeah.
We were sitting in her car, and I had my reel on, and she was like, "Let me," because her
Yeah.
nails were gold. She was like,
yeah.
"Let me." And I sent it to them, and I was like, "Bro, this shit kind of."
Yeah.
No, I was like, this shit fire.
Yeah, I was
fire,
like,
yeah,
yeah, but
But to go back to your question, bro, as an independent artist, or your statement, should I say,
Yeah.
as an independent artist, like, for example, I'm in education. So I coach teachers, right?
but you coach teachers.
Yeah, I coach
That's
the
hard.
teachers.
I never. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody needs to coach. You know
That's
what
true,
I'm saying?
I guess.
So, yeah, I coach the teachers. But the thing is, for me to afford the album, not for promotion, just to afford this album, I have to work summer school. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in summer school now.
Right.
So because that gave me just a little bit more money to push this album. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of sacrifice. That's why I'm saying, like, I feel I'm right now. I'm just tired because this whole weekend it was all arts. The week before I had kids all day from 8 to 3. Then I come back, and then tomorrow we're gonna start it again.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like it's what I want.
Right.
It is the life I chose, so I'm good with it. It's just like the independent grind is not all rainbows and sunshine. They say
Hell
on Twitter,
nah.
bro. Like
Hell nah.
Sometimes like I work a good job. I work decent money for what I'm doing, and sometimes I still debate: do I eat? Or do I want to do this? You know, with the dollar menu, or do I want to put this toward this? You know, it's just like it's little stuff like that, bro, and it's humbling.
Those are the type of games that's being played,
Right.
But in the end, I think it will be
Oh, definitely be worth
to
it.
your
Yeah, but even now, because just seeing the reception from this album is like, wow, people really like it.
Oh no,
you know
it's
what I'm
definitely
saying?
a vibe, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
All the way through and through, through and through.
Appreciate it.
Don't you got any questions?
you asked all
I
of them.
know. I'm like, I'm going. I told you where the pencil.
Oh yeah, because
I
you had
told
the
you.
pencil.
Okay, hold on. Let me outside of like the album, I want to get your perspective on a couple different things.
Surely.
Okay.
I'm not going to jump right into the Roe versus Wade,
We're doing this again,
but
Okay.
we have to.
All right.
This is an important topic.
No, it definitely is.
But I ask everybody that we've had up here so far this past week or whatever, like what they thought about Kendrick's album and why you think it's not being talked about.
All right, I'm gonna answer the first part. How I think about Kendrick's album.
Okay.
I listened to that thing 4 times.
Okay.
Like 4 times, like from start to finish. Like I put stuff away so I can just focus on it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I get is a man being as vulnerable as he possibly can over a mic. You know what I'm saying? Like from his perspective, it may not, vulnerability is different to different people, and I get that. But to me, I'm like, this man is really like trying to give us what he really, was in his head for the past 5 years. Now, what I will say is, he didn't have a radio hit. He didn't have this or that, because Damn had smashes. Good Kid, Mad City had smashes. Even Black Panther had a couple smashes. You know what I'm saying? But I heard people say, he didn't do that because he's leaving TDE. At this point, what more do you want from Kendrick?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, I feel like artists should be able to drop what they want to drop, and either you receive it or you don't, but you can't dictate what someone should put on wax, because that's not you. You know what I'm saying? But I like the album a lot. You know what I'm saying? I still think Damn is my personal favorite, but that's just because where I was at in life when I heard it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I love that album. And what was the second part? My bad. I know you said.
Why don't you think it's being received?
Oh, because that's just the way music is today.
Yeah.
Music is so fast, you know what I'm saying? Because it just we regurgitate it. We don't let it sit and analyze it, because every Friday is another 8 albums coming out, 10 albums coming out.
That's
you
true.
know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And and I think that starts with the top of how we promote music, how we share music, and how we really like divulge into music. We don't give it time to breathe. We hear it, we rush to a conclusion, then we go to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't know, man. Like, I still think that's one of my favorite albums. Is him and Pusha had two of my favorite albums. Pusha's dumb,
Pusha
and that last song with Labyrinth and Malice. Oh my God, I think that's you know what I'm saying. Vince had a great album this year too. Like
Vince Staples.
Yeah, Vince Staples. Yeah, shout out to Vince. It's just like, I don't know. I just think as a whole society, when it comes to like music listening, at least we rush into this one thing, we move on to the next. You know what I'm saying? Because kind of, and it's just me, maybe my TL is different. I kind of see people stop talking about Drake as much now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
that last album, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, I just feel like we recycle music. We go through music so fast. It's just like, once it's done, once that little peak is done, it's done. And that makes it 10 times harder for an independent artist, because they're like, yo, I just dropped this 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So
independent artists really got to hit the ground running type shit.
And that's
like,
why our rollouts got to be so like intricate. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, if you just drop it, it could be dope. And it has nothing to do with the quality of the music. It's just the lifespan of people's attention. You know what I'm saying? And that's the hardest
It's
part.
really hard to,
Everything's at our fingertips now.
Yeah, literally, right.
Yeah.
Crazy. So, I'm gonna pivot again, because I know you are a part of sports Twitter.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious to know, and you being a Lakers fan.
Oh yeah, that hard.
Yeah, okay.
It's not even they break my heart, bro. The Lakers break my heart since '92. They've been breaking my heart, bro.
Since '92.
Yeah. So okay, we had the 3-peat, but see how the 3-peat ended. You know what I'm saying? And
With
then
what, Shaq leaving? Or
Shaq,
what?
and not just Shaq left. He split the city in half. Half Kobe, half Shaq.
Wow.
I couldn't decide. I was 12 years old anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's
You
like,
couldn't decide.
I couldn't choose who I wanted, like, because they really just sent Shaq off. Because Shaq was really in LA doing a lot of stuff for the people.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, if you're not from there, you really don't understand. Like, he was there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and Kobe, he was just a dog. Everybody loved Kobe, and he was younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then fast forward through that whole, the trials and tribulations of what Kobe was going through, and then those years we getting beat by the Suns. Then we come back, we 2-peat again. We go 3 straight years, then we 2-peat,
right?
And then we get blasted by the Mavericks. Then after that, it just goes downhill.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Sorry, man. I remember that.
That was the worst. That was the worst summer of my life. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the summer I graduated. I mean, it was great. I graduated high school, but to lose like that, it was one thing to lose, but get swept.
I never have been cussed out so much. I got cussed out by Lakers fans and Heat fans the same year, bro. That was wild.
And when I say they break my heart, it's just because when it comes to the Lakers, they do the most for no reason. So I feel like not the players, but like the management. It's like, because we could have had steady years even between those Kobe and LeBron years, but if they just would have managed the rosters right, you know what I'm saying, and not pay. What's I'm not trying to throw him out in the bus. He used to play for the Bulls. He just stopped getting checks from us like 2 years ago. Oh, I forgot. He used to play for the. I forgot his name, but there's just mismanagement of money. We're paying dumb money for players.
I remember y'all like overpaid Andrew Bynum for no reason. I was like,
overpaying people. Llewellyn Dang. We overpaid Llewellyn Dang.
That's right.
Like
y'all were throwing him
him money, and I'm like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? But but
partially that's because the NBA like to woo people over. You gotta you get a max contract, and they're like, okay,
right. Yeah. And I just don't want them to waste LeBron's last couple of years, bro. Because I was a LeBron fan when he first got to the league.
Well, he's the GM, bro. He's gonna gonna pick the people.
Man.
So how would you feel about Kyrie going over there if that happens?
Not happening.
Never say never.
It's not happening.
I would
never say never for sure.
I would say, how is this going to work? That was my biggest question, because he was giving up almost $30 million to take $6 million to live in LA. You know what I'm saying? What we gonna do with Russ? So we're gonna have like we still gotta get that. That's the biggest.
And he's got to ask him if he can play half the year. You know, all that stuff. Can I take time off?
Right. Yeah. And Laker fans ain't having that. You know what I'm saying? Because we know we're on a short time with LeBron. So we got to get it. Like, I really wanted Buddy Hield last offseason. That's what I really wanted.
That would have been a good pickup.
That would have been a great pickup, because we can't hit the side of a barn. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we doing? And that's why I say the Lakers, they just, because I'm a USC fan, I'm a Dodger fan, I'm a Laker fan. Randomly, I'm a Saints fan. Don't ask why I'm a Saints fan.
Oh, man, darn it.
Yeah, and so, but the Lakers are, my number one team. Oh, yeah. They're, that's the only team on Twitter I'll go to war for. You know what I'm saying? So,
I've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, just see him do dumb stuff year after year, just all right, bro.
So, how you feel about AD, then?
He's immensely talented.
When he's healthy.
He's hurt. And that's the thing. So, I don't know his charts, but we've seen this injury-prone thing since he got into the league. You know what I'm saying? So whatever he's doing in the offseason is not working. So we're going to change some stuff up soon, or we're going to do it. And my people is like my cousins and my brother, and they be like, yo, he has no dog in him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they say he really has no dog in him. And I was just like.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
So the second part for me is that he is a ginormous person who tries to play like a point guard.
Because he grew up a point guard.
Right.
Yeah.
So he tries to, bro, you're at NBA. If you literally just roll off and then lay it up, they can't stop you. Right. But you wanna shoot threes and try to dunk on everybody.
Because that dude has the talent to be a top 5 player in the league.
Yes.
He has the talent, the size, and his 3-point shot been going down the past couple of years. But that's another thing, bro. Get in the gym. You know, I'm not saying he's not, because I don't know. 80
no, he just put. I haven't been on the court.
Oh yes.
Whatever.
April,
Don't tell people that.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, even if it's true.
Don't tell Lakers fans that. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you bum."
Right.
What the fuck are we doing?
Or the ultimate insult in LA, you weirdo.
Yeah, you weirdo.
Yeah. That's nasty behavior, bro.
It's very. Yeah, it really is. But I think there's a 30% chance we get Kyrie. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I give it a 30% chance. Because too many things got to happen for that to happen. Yeah. And if we do get him, what does that mean? Because even with Kyrie, are we going to be Golden State or Memphis in 7? I don't see that right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I don't see them being Golden State or Memphis in 7 with the team we have constructed right now.
Right.
I just don't see it. I don't even think we're better than the Clippers, honestly. And I hate to say that. I never said that.
I don't think
we're better. If I could be completely honest, I don't think we're better than the Clippers, and that hurts me.
Man, y'all were kind of in the same boat last year, though. Everybody was hurt. Y'all right.
But every game before, everybody was hurt on the Clippers and the Lakers. The Clippers won every
matchup.
Matchup they played.
How many times, Chris? I don't give a fuck about regular season.
I know.
It doesn't matter until you win 4 games in the playoffs.
So obviously, we just had the finals. Obviously, look. Let me say this before we continue any further. I have no loyalty to anybody. The only player I've ever been loyal to is Kobe. Ever.
Okay. All right. Good.
If Kobe would have came to the Mavs, that little small conversation they had about that, I would have been a Mavs fan.
It wasn't small. It almost happened.
It was small.
I heard he was almost a bull and a Clipper too. That right before they got Paul, he was pissed. He was demanding a trade, and I think the Mavs were somewhere in there.
Yeah, Mavs were in there.
The Clippers.
No, he was out here.
Yeah, and the Bulls. I think the Bulls. Don't quote me, but I think the Bulls, because
that would have been weird as shit.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to see that.
I would have thrown a tomato.
I wouldn't want to see that.
I was just throwing a tomato. I'm not trying to see that.
Well, we just had the finals.
Yeah. Whatever. All right.
So, okay, that's what I think he was going to ask. You Golden State, you hate them?
Here's the thing.
Because I know it is the Bay.
Yeah, it's the Bay, and like
Yeah.
I got love for the Bay, like because I got cousins out there in the Bay, so I got love. So I don't want to disrespect them and get beat up by a nigga with dreads. You know what I'm saying? So I got love for the Bay. Get hyphy, right? The Golden State Warriors have never been relevant to me until they beat y'all. Like when they had Baron Davis in them. You know what I'm saying? Like
that was I told Chris this. That was the only team that could have beat us because they got our old coach.
And they had a pace. Their pace was ridiculous back then.
And it was just because Mavericks was the number one team in the league that year.
Yeah.
Like by record and everything, they were
it.
They were a 68 win team. Yeah.
What year are we talking about?
Has to be what, like
it was after 06.
Yeah,
it was like 07.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Okay. So, but to answer your question, I don't dislike the Warriors, but they're never relevant to me. You know, like they're just like the team up
obviously
north,
you recognize the greatness.
Oh no, I recognize greatness when I see it. Steph is a monster. Clay, I love Clay. Draymond is I think he's funny as all get out. Like I would love to have a Draymond on my team. You know, you don't want to play against him, but you would love to have him on your team.
Absolutely.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
I think Poole those tweets about Poole are hilarious.
Bro. And I believe they're true. I do. I don't know if he's feeding into it now more.
Oh, absolutely.
But they're definitely
he's
true.
about to get paid.
Yeah, and but just overall, with the
Wiggins too, man.
This was a hard finals to watch because I hate the Celtics.
There's
not one redeeming thing. Like,
of course, fuck Boston all day.
Yeah, you're a Lakers fan. It happens.
I hate the Celtics. I hate the Patriots. I don't like nothing to do about Red Sox. Can't stand the Red Sox.
You don't like Mark Wahlberg.
I really don't like him either. No, I don't like. Only thing I like from Boston area is New Edition. Literally, that's it. That's the only thing I like from the Boston area is New Edition.
Clam chowder, all that shit. Fuck
flip it over, man. Yeah. Give me some tomato soup.
I was like, Lakers hate Celtics, bro. Anything green, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I can't stand them.
Oh, okay. While we talking about the Lakers, were you able to watch Winning Time?
Some in me can't make because I can't watch it. Why? Some in me because seeing Jerry West that upset, you know what I'm saying? Like this is like I like. This
so you think they? Obviously they're over dramatizing the shit. It's a show, but you don't think he was really in there? Like
I believe it. I just don't want to see it.
Okay,
I want to. You know, he would say never meet your heroes. Type
right.
Blissfully ignorant is what they call it.
Ignorance is bliss. So I'm gonna keep it at that. I heard it's a great show though.
It's a really great show.
I'm not to go pivot from the Lakers, but I just got into what's that show with the heroes? The dude's an asshole.
You talking about The Boys?
The Boys. Yeah, I'm on season 2, and that stuff is crazy.
No, that's
not until you get to season 3. Is
that show is really
wild.
Okay, yeah.
I've only seen the first 2 seasons.
It just gets worse. Okay, trust me.
I know you watch Invincible because we Twitter's
bro.
Great show.
Great show.
Think, Mark. Episode 1, bro. Like
the end, the last 5 minutes,
bro. That's what got me because
the first 20, whatever it was I was like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah.
That's exactly how the comic book was. You're like, okay, and then but they were very upfront in there, like, who killed these motherfuckers?
Bro, Twitter had posted that last 5 minutes of the show.
When he's beating everybody down.
Bro, what? God, and I was like, oh no, we got to watch this.
I showed Dom that. She was like,
It was rough, bro. It was rough. And then this nigga called his mom a pet and everything. And you beating the fuck out your son, bro. That's crazy to me.
I still would have had you, Dad.
So, did you read the comics, Dalton?
Yes.
Okay, I heard his people are coming, basically. His people.
Viltrum,
I heard they're coming. Okay, bet.
That is the whole setup, and then it gets even fucking crazier than that.
Gets super crazy.
Because I heard he's not even the strongest of his, right?
No. He's just one guy.
Yeah. So
he's actually not even the crazy one.
That's what I heard. Yeah. So what is there was this scene where we were doing that robot mob dude with that cat, like the big old cat dude who was whooping everybody in that room.
Oh, yeah, the lion.
The lion, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the battle cat or whatever.
Yeah, does he ever fight him or no?
Yeah, he pops back up.
Okay.
There's some, I don't know what they can do because there's a part in the comic book where Mark goes through all these alternate universes because there's a Mark and then he ends up in Marvel and DC in the comic book.
Mm-hmm. Dang.
Yeah, it's vaguely hinted at, but I was like, I don't know if they can do that, but I hope they do.
Right. They're probably gonna skew it a bit
because there's literal. He flies through all this.
But
shit,
Invincible is
it's an Image comic,
but it's under DC, so they'll be able to.
I didn't know that. It's under DC. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's a subsidiary. The Image has all the really violent shit. They got The Boys. They got.
Oh, that's the same camp.
Yeah, they got.
That's why
Invincible.
Seth executive produced both those shows.
Preacher, all that shit.
Speaking of going back to The Boys, I think it was the last. Remember, I just started season 2. The last episode of season 1 when he killed old girl, I did not see that coming. Like his boss, I was like, yo.
Wait, what?
No, the lady he was having relations with, but it was his boss at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Sort of mom.
Sort of mom. It was a weird dynamic. And
Yeah.
he filleted her. I was like, this is crazy.
I think I do remember that.
Because she was tied up and stuff like that. And old boy was
Because she tried to get him whacked, right? Isn't that what happened?
I know old boy came back. Like the dude who
he found out.
Yeah.
No, he killed like the president or some shit on her behalf type shit. Something like that happened, right?
Like a secretary or something like
because he
the plane
fucked up the plane.
Yeah.
And somehow it was gonna come back around type shit. I believe is what happened.
Because they were trying to get that grant to put them in the military, to put the superheroes in the military.
I gotta watch that shit again.
Yeah.
Before I even try to jump into season 3.
No, it just jumps to another.
No, that shit was wild because the fast dude running and like
fuck A-Train.
ran into his girlfriend, bro, and
Mark.
like exploded her type shit, bro.
A-Train to Mark, bro.
No,
I don't rock with him at all.
Season 3 it gets worse.
It gets worse?
Yeah, this man tries to brand himself as African, so he has like an African outfit, and he has a show coming out that's called A-Train to Africa.
That dude's so
And they're like, watch him chase his roots, because this season like does a lot of trolling of like real shit now. Yeah,
that's what I love about the show. Like this is
this one takes it to the the next level.
Because you know what's sick about The Boys to me is just like I could really see that happen in real life.
Oh yeah,
yeah, fuck yeah, definitely. It's America.
It's America, right?
100%.
Wow.
What happened?
I'm looking in the mirror right now.
Fuck yeah. What else are you watching though?
I'm not watching it, but Dom is, which is Honey Day. She's catching up.
Great job on the album.
Oh, beautiful job on the album. Yes,
Man. Great job. I didn't know who that was. I wasn't gonna ask.
Yeah,
great.
She's catching up on Umbrella Academy, so I'm watching pieces of that.
Yeah, we're watching it right now. Yeah.
So I'm watching that, and honestly, bro, if I could be honest, like. I really just watch a lot of like random videos on YouTube.
Oh
like,
no, YouTube is
You fall into the hole.
The hole
is so
before I
crazy,
got
bro.
here, I was watching dudes like hunt hogs in like East Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like this is.
And then you find another video.
Yeah, right.
A man kills a. Well, you're like, okay, let me see what
type
this
shit.
Right,
Nah,
that's why
I watch all types of shit.
Yeah, I'm really like to play the game, bro. That's how I decompress.
Oh
I
yeah.
play the game.
No, okay.
Yeah.
You and Joseph are totally opposite.
So the first time we had Joseph on the show,
Not the first time, but
yeah, we were like, so do you do anything outside for fun? Like we play games. He's like, I don't play games. So we thought he was like doesn't play video games at all.
Right.
So we made fun of him ever since then.
yeah, like because he said it as like that's a waste of time. Like you could be doing something else with your time.
And so yesterday he was like, I'll play the game.
like
bro.
minimize or maximize every minute of every day type of mentality
You know
he
what?
has.
I've never been that dude. You
No,
know, like
hell yeah.
I gave myself from 5 to about 6:30 every day. Whatever I got at like 5 a.m. to about 6:30. Wherever I got to get accomplished, I get accomplished. After that 6:30 mark, I got to unplug, bro.
Yeah.
If not, because I'm gonna get burnt out.
Yeah,
That's just
of
how I
course.
am. You know what I'm saying? So I got to do something within that like break time.
No,
like,
trust me. I'm a parent. You definitely do. I have an infant.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, this man. Let's take a nap. I'm like, I'm gonna do something.
Right,
Get him down.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna do
definitely.
something. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask a question now that we know who Honey D is.
Yeah.
I got, you know what I'm saying. How is that process for y'all making music together?
It's beautiful. It just naturally comes because we'll be in the house just chilling and she'll say something and then like, oh, I can add on to that. And then we go on because she wrote the hook for oneself. That was her. That's the only person who didn't like write any hooks for me on the album. She wrote that hook and we were just messing around and it came. So she'll be working on her music. I can help with her. I work on my music. We're actually writing like a piece together right now.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. But it just comes organically.
I always wanted, prior to me growing up, I always wanted to like my significant other to so we could do stuff
and
together.
it's a lot
in that
easier
sense.
when someone because she understands the grind of an independent artist because she is an independent artist. You know what I'm saying? It's like I gotta explain why I don't want to talk for like 40 minutes right now. You know what I'm saying? Or why I want to be in here just to get stuff together type. You know what I'm saying? It's really dope actually.
So how is it when you got to tell him those bars didn't come through like how he thought? Like, what is that conversation like?
Honestly, I don't really have to have that conversation.
Oh, okay. He's tip top.
She'll give me a look.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll give me a look, and I'll be like, okay, that's not it. You know, I'm like, okay, all right, that's better. Let me change that.
That's hard.
that's-
That's a beautiful relationship to have. That I think a lot of people don't like take. A lot of people take that type of relationship for granted. I feel
No, definitely. But
not just doing music, but any type of creative aspect. Like
Right.
creators being together, like
right, definitely.
it's definitely a beautiful.
And it's
thing,
always good
for
to
sure.
see have another like pair of eyes or ears on something. You know what I'm saying? Because I can hear something, and then she be like, that's not your key. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, bet, all right, then go somewhere else with it, basically. So it's dope.
That's dope.
It's
I had to because I don't know if this had to be around the time like the Drake and Meek thing was going on. I don't know where I heard this, where I seen this, but I think it was like, imagine Nicki telling Meek this shit ain't hit like this shit ain't hit like you thought it did, my boy. You know what I'm saying?
But that also comes with a lot of humbleness.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got to be humble to take that, especially from the person like
you know, like we go out to eat.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right, I'm supposed to feed you in 30 minutes.
Right,
my bars is
we gonna go see my mom in a minute.
Right. Silent ride home and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
but nah, but it also helps that I know she just wants the best for me.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You know, not just me as a musician or artist, but like just as a person, and she ain't gonna set me up. You know what I'm saying? So definitely.
Hell yeah,
for sure. I wish never mind. I don't want to get myself.
You gonna get in the mode, man.
So how y'all been lately? Like just from all this stuff happening, it's been a wild, 6 months of America, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a wild 2.5 years, but just like this 2022, a lot of stuff has happened. People be forgetting about. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So like, how are you as the StepBrothers taking?
Okay, I'll tell you from my perspective, and Don can share his. I am definitely going to be the person that gets us involved in the most shit, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm jumping out there because I have opinions and they're strong. What I notice is I try to keep my opinions off Twitter these days because I just do not have the energy to go back and forth. For one, I'm not that great of a speller, so I'm not trying to get caught up on a spelling error for somebody to tear me down. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So I'm just gonna be like, I don't like this. Thumbs down.
And that's another thing I don't like about Twitter. You can have a great point. It'd be 2 words misspelled, but you know.
Yeah, your vernacular.
So, yeah. So, like,
all this
I can't take you serious.
Right, all this shit. But besides that, so like, I think for us, when, you know, say her name, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, when all that was going on and we were going to do these marches and stuff like that, like I was out there. I'm not gonna say I was out there solo. There's an artist that I work with. His name's Parnell, and he's from Arlington or whatever.
I see. Yeah.
Parnell's my guy.
Yeah.
And he rode out there with me. I was like, bro, we have to go. Like, we just got to go. And I tried to make it a point. Like, let me make sure everybody comes. So Dalton and his wife, we went to the one in Dallas. After we did it, we had everybody. I think that might have been like our 100th episode, like during that time.
It was very close, yeah.
And all we talked about, like majority of that 100th episode after we got like the celebration out the way, was like everything that was going on. And obviously, culturally, I guess, having Dalton as an ally and seeing that, knowing, like outside of him marrying a black woman, but like, knowing he knows, like what we going through is so dope, and just the fact that he's smarter than me, so he articulates things way better than me. So, it was important for me to showcase that about him,
right?
Because Dalton, he jigging and shit like that. Yeah, you can do that. He can fry some chicken and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But he really genuinely cares outside of, again, him marrying a black woman and like his best friends being black or whatever the case. So we went from the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor situation, not even just them, but Elijah Woods, like everybody.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
It's been a crazy, right? Yeah. Fidel Castro, like all these different situations. Sandra Bland, which was really wild. Still didn't get those answers that we would need. How did that even end up happening? But moving from there, then the pandemic. It was crazy because me personally, I enjoyed that time.
Oh, I loved it.
Not all the death and all that negative shit, but just be still.
Be still, right? No,
you know what I'm saying? Definitely. And then like having sessions and just creating in that, knowing like, yo, anything goes. Like that's where I kind of found freedom with doing music. Like, it don't really matter right now. So like, let's just do what we do, But I say we had. I want to say you got married after.
I got married in the pandemic.
Which was beautiful.
Yeah.
Then, like he said, he's a father now. So like, Donna's done way more grown up stuff than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still out here running wild. I'm acting real bad.
Yeah.
But he definitely balances this thing out that we do.
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
on that perspective, I think we've been okay.
Okay, moving.
We never had no fight. I never been you crack it. Like I've never been I've never been upset with him in our whole relationship.
And
Just so anybody knows, if you call me a cracker, it's just gonna be funny.
Right.
I don't take offense to white man. I don't take offense to that shit.
I definitely I told like
Always
he was
get
like,
called the white man.
Jahn Dough he was like, let's set up the podcast where I was like, all right, I'm gonna talk to the white man. That's what I call you.
It's fine. I don't take
Man,
offense.
Yeah, I know you don't. That's
At
why,
all.
you know what I'm saying? Well, how about you, dog?
Oh man. So yeah, like you said, my pandemic and then the past couple years were busy as fuck. It is cool though, because now people see that, I don't have to fucking work at the office.
Right.
People working from home, they're like, this is actually possible. They just want us in the office for no fucking reason.
Right.
And I like that. People were quitting their jobs on the dime. I love that type of shit. Like, fuck y'all. And
Shit,
they were
I do
like,
it every week, baby.
like, if I'll give you $3 more to come back. I'm like, y'all could have paid me this from the beginning, right? Yeah, y'all just.
Definitely.
So I like all that shit. But yeah, man, I got fucking married in the pandemic. At the hottest day of the year.
113 degrees, people.
It was fucking hot.
Tell them where you got married, though.
The Dallas Arboretum.
We was outside. 113 degrees.
Okay.
My boy.
So it was supposed to be rainy that weekend. So I thought it was going to be like overcast.
Right.
No rain,
Sun was
straight
blazing,
heat,
yeah.
hot. The pictures make it look like we're having a great time. It's gorgeous.
Everybody knew.
They don't show it was so hot, my scalp was sunburned.
Oh man.
I had a sunburn on my scalp. I was washing my hair with aloe vera. But yeah, either way, I got married. The wedding was beautiful. Shelby got all she wanted. So
Good.
Chris was so sweaty. He wore a white dress shirt. It became clear from all the sweat.
Definitely see through.
It was so hot. The family members were like, "Hey, beautiful, we got to go."
Right.
They didn't even talk to us. I was like, "Yo, this is wild." So yeah, we had that. My wife got pregnant. We were trying. Wasn't an accident. We were trying. We actually tried for 2 years. At one point we thought we couldn't have kids. So it came at the right time. Then we bought a house. And then my son was born in April 7th. Joseph's birthday.
Aries.
April
7th. Aries. That's Aries, right?
Man, I'm not really big into the
Zodiac.
Let me check. Zodiac. Is that or a? Hold on. Shelby knows. Let me see. Oh, yeah, Aries. You're correct.
Okay, babe.
And then, funny thing, Jonathan Joseph's daughter was born 3 days later. So we were like back to back.
Yeah.
But yeah, my son came early. He's here. His name is Raiden Legend Smith. My little milk dud over here. He's big as hell.
Rating legend. R.L. Smith would be a dope Arthur name.
Oh, yeah.
R.L. Smith. Yeah.
Like R.L. Stein. R.L.
I wanted to give him something he can go by either one.
Yeah.
But yeah, my son's here. But honestly, I'm glad it kind of happened in this time period because everything was like slowed down to a crawl.
Right.
So it allowed all this stuff to happen. But yeah, I mean, my focus now is once he was born, I was like, I'm a dad now. So like, that's all I do. Like, you know, I take care of this man. He's talking now.
Oh.
He's they it's not a joke. Once you have kids, they grow fucking fast.
Celebrity baby time.
Like every day there's something new.
That's beautiful.
And it's crazy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I was just wanting to be healthy. He came out no issues. We don't have any allergies or whatever, so I'm like not dealing with anything. Because generally a lot of people don't know this. Mixed children generally have a lot of allergies or skin issues that other don't have. It's a real thing, yeah. Because our friend Justin, all his kids have eczema and they have really bad like nut allergies and stuff, and it's generally from mixed race. Yeah, it's crazy. So I was happy.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that they'll tell you.
Wow.
So and then also, generally with you mixed couples, you can contract a lot of stuff in the womb too. So she actually contracted gestational diabetes. So she got diabetes while she was pregnant.
Wow.
Only the last 3 weeks though. It wasn't the whole time because that can make the baby get really fat because they hold all the sugar in their body.
Oh.
So yeah. So we had to like really watch her sugar. She didn't like that. She had to watch what she ate.
Oh yeah.
So she was cranky the last 3 weeks. That was a rough time for me. So, because, she can't,
Right.
she couldn't bend over, then she couldn't eat ice cream. So she was just getting pissed at me. I would walk in wrong, what I'm saying? So, I watched the whole birth. That's the coolest thing I've ever done. A lot of people were like, that's gross, but like.
They need to allow niggas to smoke cigars in the joint again.
No,
bro,
Chris.
I'm definitely trying to be in there with a fat stogie.
Nah, man.
For sure.
I watched the whole thing. I didn't look away. I had her leg in one arm, because they were like, hold up this leg. So I had her leg in one arm, holding with this one. I'm looking over at my son as he's coming out, just like doing all this. Yeah, it was crazy. I watched the whole
I don't
whole
think I'm
shebang. I
strong
watched them
enough for
stitch
that.
her up. I watched all of it. I was
probably
making
throw
sure
up
she
in
was
there.
good. You know what I'm saying? Because that a lot of people don't tell you that either. Like when you're watching it, women can pass away in childbirth. So I was really,
I'm glad you brought that
I
up.
was so worried, like, because you don't know once you're
Black women have a higher
mortality rate.
And they're doing a documentary on Hulu about that.
So I was so tense the whole time.
I believe it.
Because I was like, my son, I want him to come out okay. I want her to be okay. They both came out fine. But she was so out of it afterward. Like, when they put her in her arms, she was kind of like, she didn't even hold him. Yeah. So I was the first person to hold him. Like, he was ashy and everything.
There's a Hulu doc about that.
Right.
It's called Aftershock.
It's a real thing. That's why I made sure she had a black OB-GYN and all that stuff.
It's dropping. Oh, it dropped already. June 13th. Y'all check that shit out.
Definitely.
Shit brought tears to my eyes. For real.
Yeah, I want to
watching the trailer.
I want to make sure she had women doctors, all that stuff. So, yeah.
Shit, how has the last few years been for y'all? Especially being a teacher, right?
Being a teacher, that's all I was thinking about. I went straight to there. All right, just to sum it up, this year, 21-22 year, right? Let's say I had a sixth grader. Like, let's say I had sixth grade, or I'm servicing sixth graders. We'll be lucky if they had a third grade level reading level. We'll be lucky if they had a third, because some of them been out of school for almost 2 years, a year and a half, and they were already behind before that.
Right.
So now but the state doesn't care, so the state still wants their target scores. You know what I'm saying? So we have seventh graders with second grade reading levels.
Wait, what?
Seventh graders with second grade reading levels, and they might be EL, which means they're English learners, so they're not English is not their first language.
Yeah.
So it's been an up, and what's really been like crazy to see in real time is the discipline. Because they ain't had no one to answer to for a year and a half. Either their mom or dad was at work, or they were just at home alone. So when they come back to school, you tell them to, hey man, we got to relax. Look at you like you crazy. Like, man, if you weren't 10, I'll punch you in the chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like it's one of those things. You really gotta like find a balance, because they're just as lost trying to figure this out as we are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But imagine it from a 12, 13-year-old mindset.
Fuck this shit.
And it's been wild on the school campuses, man. It's been not different.
Are you like a substitute teacher, or what grade do you teach?
I service 6 to 8, so because I coach the teachers, so I coach humanities and I help with ELA. So I'll go into classrooms observe the teacher, make sure he or she's doing what they're supposed to be doing. But I'm always around the kids, because I'm in the hallway. I'm like a authority figure to them. You know what I'm saying? But really, I'm just like mid-management. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know that, so I use that to my advantage.
Right.
So and really, bro, it's like I give teachers like so much credit for those who sticking it through.
Right.
Because like, don't get me wrong, kids gonna be kids regardless. So I'm not holding that. You don't get flowers for for a fish being able to swim. You sign up for the job, you're gonna teach. I get that, but just the little stuff.
No, the little stuff
matters, bro. And like, I really do appreciate the teachers I work with and those across the country, because it's not an easy job.
No, it's the most thankless job in America,
it's
man.
not an easy job.
Let me ask you a question from a teacher's perspective. Why do you think they aren't compensated the way that they should be? Like, can you think of a reason?
Not a logical one.
Okay.
Like, I guess a lot to do with the funding, where they allocate the funds, the state.
They do not care about
they don't care,
education,
right.
bro.
Like, we got teachers buying their own supplies still, bro.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and they'll give you like a goodie bag, like a box of like markers or whatever, but they don't, like, that maybe last you for maybe a quarter, if that, maybe a quarter and a half, and after that, you got to figure it out on yourself.
Right.
But they want anchor charts up. They want they want this, that. They want data somewhere. It's like, okay, how am I supposed to afford it? You know what I'm saying? Like, where am I supposed to get this stuff from? And so you'll see a lot of districts, they're like up in the pay. Like, starting off. Because when I first started teaching, I started in Oklahoma. When I first started teaching, the teachers in Oklahoma were making $32,500. $32,500. Yeah, this is like 2016, 2017, but 32. Yeah, still.
Don't matter
right.
what year that is, that's bad.
Right, exactly. They're making $32,500. I was working at a charter school and I was making 40, and I thought I hit the jackpot. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it starts at the top. It starts in Austin. It starts in Sacramento, wherever your capital's at. It starts because they're the ones who allocate those funds.
The first thing they cut funding for is always education.
Always education.
I guarantee you.
And if and I love our cafeteria women, but it's not them. It's because they get the food they get and they have to prepare it, but they're giving these kids slop, bro.
Yeah,
like, I see what these kids be going 8 hours without eating because they say I'm not eating this. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. And American education is a joke, bro. If I could be honest with you, American education.
So I mean, obviously, I'm going to ask this. I know it's a dumb question, but what made you want to get into teaching?
Want the honest answer?
Yeah.
All right, I went to college for fashion. I went to college for fashion merchandise, not design. I can't see it, but I can sell it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
I went there because I wanted to go to Chicago, work in one of those big companies, buy the fabrics for them and stuff like that. Long story short, I didn't pass a prerequisite class to get to another class that only comes once a semester, and I couldn't afford another year and a half of school.
Got you.
So then my mom's a teacher. Well, she's not a teacher. She's actually like a senior director. So she's like one notch below a superintendent, basically. You know, my brother was in PE. My grandfather taught. My sister-in-law taught. So it was, I tried to avoid it, but it was there. And after college, I got a general studies with an emphasis in history because I love history and business because I had all those credits from fashion. So I was like, what the hell can I do with this? You know what I'm saying? Besides be like a museum curator or like, start my own business. I didn't have the funding to start my own business. And my mom was like, just teach, go to TFA. And then I applied for this program called Teach for America. I got in because, nepotism, you know the right people, you get into what you need to get to. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Right. And then they sent me to Oklahoma, and then I didn't like Oklahoma. I came back, and I just been teaching since, bro, honestly. So, but I love the kids. And then the second part of that is to actually, if it wasn't for the kids, I would not be doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Because, like, literally, like, just seeing them, like, I've seen kids go from, like, 10 years old to 15. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, my first group of 8th graders, they're, like, 22 now. I started teaching when I was 23. And so, like, my first group of 8th graders are, like, in their, like, 21, 22, like, thugging.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
It's weird, right?
It's weird, right? Because I see them on IG, I'm like, oh, you're an adult. Like, oh, okay. Like, you really out here, you got kids. You really out here living life. Because you always see them as a 12, 13-year-old, So, but it's really the kids, man. Like, they really make it worth it. It's just, and it's like you say, it's a thankless job, but at the same time, those kids thank you. They don't forget you. I got kids, I taught 5 years ago, still hit me up, saying thank you for this, that, and the third. Just
Thank you, Mr. Doe.
Yeah, like it's a little stuff like that, man. But yeah, teaching, man. I'm gonna put into existence. Hopefully, this is my last year because hopefully this art stuff can get me where I need to get to. 'Cause I finally feel a bubble into where I need to get to.
Man, I don't think I ever took a teacher for granted growing up, but they definitely did not get their just due.
No, not at all.
Like, at all.
And kids are mean.
Yes.
Kids
For
are
sure.
mean,
Look, there was a
mean.
first year teacher. Her name was Miss Condra. And she taught us like some type of science, earth science. I don't know what the fuck. What's another word? Biology. Nah. What's the other word for earth?
What?
Like, isn't it earth?
Geography?
It was like more science.
More science. Okay, then, yeah.
Dog, what are you trying to tell me?
It could be earth science,
Maybe. Anyway, she taught a science class.
Okay.
And we always thought that was funny because there's like a chondria, like mitochondria, like cell or something.
Oh,
plants
yeah,
or some
okay.
shit.
Yeah.
But anyways, her first year teaching, this nigga told her she was pregnant because she was kind of, she's a beautiful woman, but she just, she locked herself in the closet and was crying, bro.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a teacher.
And we stayed after class because we were like devastated. We were like, yo, we were just, not we, but the nigga was
What grade were y'all in? You remember?
Freshman?
Oh, high school. Oh,
Yeah.
High school, yeah. That 7th to 10th grade is the worst.
Her first year teaching though, bro.
Yeah,
Young white lady, locked herself in class. We stayed, we wrote her like notes and cards. We slid it under the door till she finally came out. We all hugged her because we didn't meet. Like I keep saying we, but like of course we laughed
It's a
at
class.
the joke or whatever.
Yeah.
But after that little incident, we were like freedom riders or some shit. Now what's the joint with Hillary Swank?
It's freedom riders.
Yeah. We was just like that, bro. She was our
Mario was in that biz.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, I just saw those clips. He disrespected.
No,
those
he was
men.
going crazy.
I did not know that.
He was
I
going
just saw him
crazy.
this morning.
He
Like,
said you can't spell Mario without Mario.
No,
Oh,
look,
man.
I watched that whole verses, bro, and let me tell you something.
I saw Bobby Valentino pop up and say, I got to turn this off.
Oh yeah,
That's
it was,
too much, man.
It was that they did like a little pre-show or whatever.
Yeah, Pleasure P. You know?
Pleasure P definitely they have hits like
AJ.
No, I'm not saying that. I was just like, what is going on?
Pretty Ricky got hits though. Like
It didn't age well, but I got you.
nah, but shit.
They didn't. You're right. They didn't.
No, I listened to that album again. It's not good.
No, the music didn't age well, but like seeing that live and what
Yeah.
that did to that crowd, like word for word, bar for bar. Come on, dog.
Jeremiah had him. He had him for a little bit.
Yeah,
until he
but
started singing.
yeah, man.
And my thing was, I woke up this morning, right? Because I saw the clips like just literally this morning.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Right.
But I didn't know Boog went out Omarion like that.
Oh yeah, I read all that
I
today.
didn't.
I read
just
all that
like
today.
right before I got here. I was like,
It was
oh
crazy.
my God,
It was
bro.
crazy.
I didn't know how to
and
do it.
everything made sense.
It made perfect sense.
It made
I
sense.
was like, oh.
And that's what my homie said. This is like seeing the popular kid in high school, and then y'all grow up and y'all see where y'all lives is after the
right,
fact.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Omarion went out there and really, I personally tarnished his
Legacy.
Oh man, because I can't even listen to Touch the same way now. Like the way he performed that song that night, I was like, bro, what?
Yeah, he was just screaming. It was weird.
It was like his in ears weren't. He took him out eventually, but that didn't help.
Not at all.
Like there was a certain point where it started, like he started getting better, but like starting off, there were songs Mario was singing. If you didn't listen to him from day one, he was killing like Omarion's like shit, like his hits,
When I,
just because of his presence on stage.
Performance
like,
will change it, bro.
when I read Boog, his stuff he put on and like who was singing those leads
Oh,
on the second
man.
album, I was like,
Mario
like,
said
yeah.
that on stage. He was like, "Bro, don't act like you was that's
yeah.
cap."
But I'm thinking like how, like I'm pretty sure it was the whole industry knew.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
thinking like how did I not know that? You know what I'm saying? Like
Because we
How it was
watching the
marketed.
we
He was the
watching
front man.
yeah we
Yeah.
watching the videos.
Videos, yeah,
Homie not
right.
there. Like as kids, like.
yeah,
That
man.
group is dysfunctional as fuck anyway.
just
but-
on, yeah.
But think about that shit though, bro. They were fucking kids and they
Yeah.
were handed the world, and they probably never thought this shit was gonna happen. And
No, I got you. I'm just saying,
again,
they all hate each
everything-
other.
Everything
So-
J Boog wrote in that, like because he went on a
Oh, I-
tangent. Like
yeah.
he tore it. You know what I'm saying? Everything he said, I looked at that shit. I was like, wow, this really makes sense. Like he has that. It's all about me thing. And J Boog was like, yo, I started singing. What's the term I'm looking for? Lead. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was singing lead on like the second album and shit, like and all this shit, and he didn't like that. It was like him and Lil Fizz were like the fan favorites.
Because yeah, all the girls in my school love Fizz.
Oh yeah, thinking back to it,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah.
you know, you're absolutely right, niggas. Look, women were definitely, fucking with those two more than
Yeah, they had
you
the
know.
word up posters on the wall.
Yeah,
know what?
oh man, what a throwback! I remember them goddamn
Hey,
posters.
B2K was my first concert.
Oh yeah.
I was
yeah.
there.
You were there.
I was in the trenches.
Yeah.
You know what? I knew something was really weird with that group almost 10 years ago when Raz B came out with and like no one like they kind of hushed, put it under the rug. I was like, this is something not right.
Because they had a reality show they were trying to make.
Yeah.
And Raz B literally said, "I'll kill you,
Yeah.
you, and then myself."
Yeah. I
yeah, I
remember
was
that
like,
shit.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
I remember
Yeah.
what like this is like when YouTube was like coming up.
Yeah,
watching those
yeah.
videos
Videos,
about all
And he
this
talked
shit.
about
that-
Marquise Houston.
Yeah. Was Chris Stokes? I think they did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris
yeah,
Stokes.
all
Yeah.
that was wild.
Wild stuff.
Man,
The industry is weird, bro.
it's very weird, bro.
It's weird.
Very weird. Very, very weird. But nah, Omarion got his ass kicked that night.
No, definitely.
Straight up. After every
And
song.
that's crazy because on paper.
Oh yeah,
not-
on paper you would
that's
think.
supposed to
But,
Right.
happen.
then, but look, we talk about shit aging bad. Go back and listen to those Omarion records, bro. He cannot sing.
Oh baby,
He cannot sing, bro.
Bro,
It
I'm still
sound like he was
I would
struggling.
still play O to this day.
Good records.
Entourage.
I didn't know.
Icebox.
I didn't know Tank wrote. Oh,
I was
I can
wondering
hear.
why
I can
he.
hear it now. I can hear it now, though. Yeah,
I was
can hear it.
wondering why he came out to help
Yeah,
him
the
sing
thing
that.
that he came
'Cause
out.
I was like, why Tank? Why this song?
Yeah,
Like, what
right,
the fuck?
right. Yeah, right.
And Mario still held his own. I was like, bro, you brought Tank out here. You done ate
Well,
watermelon.
no, hey, Mario can sing, bro.
You done brought the Crumpers out. We ain't seen them niggas in years. You done brought out Jeremiah, who just survived COVID. He was going through it very bad.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
I didn't know
very,
that.
very
I didn't know
bad.
that.
He was on his deathbed.
He
I
was
didn't know
almost,
that.
yeah, he was almost out
I didn't
here.
know that.
and
Then why? I would never asked him to come. I would have told him like, you can come and chill, but don't.
But-
I want to put him out there.
yeah,
like that.
but shit, he can't look. But the real show was definitely Sammy, Ray J, Pleasure P, and Bobby Valentino, because they were just all drunk.
Yeah.
Trying to get, and they was up there for at least like 2 hours, bro. Like trying.
I was like, why is Bobby V still here?
Yeah, because he can't.
Yeah, he has like 2 songs.
This shit exposed a lot of people, bro, for sure. A lot of them niggas cannot really, like, especially what we're doing today, like with your Giveons and like Brents. Everybody stay in their respective lane.
Shout out Giveon, that album's fire.
They know they not finna get super crazy with the vocals and shit like that.
And
like,
I be telling Honey this all the time. It's like, and she always asks, why don't you like that new R&B artist? I'm like, half these people really can't sing.
Who can't?
Like not them, not the ones you know.
Okay,
There's a lot of like whisper. Hey,
oh yeah,
that's quiet R&B's right now.
I can't do. I like soulful R&B. One of my favorite albums of all time is Anthony Hamilton's, coming from where I'm from, because he just sings
he sound like collard greens.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a real deal.
That's what I like when I'm R&B. I like all art. If it's good music, it's good music.
Right.
But when it comes to like being an actual vocalist and stuff like that, it's just I can't sing, so I'm not saying I'm the dawn of singers. It's just my ear has a certain bar I need to hear. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So, have you heard? I know you probably have. Baby Rose.
Oh, she's hard, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Who knew that voice was coming out of that body?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's just wild.
Hold on.
Why were you on it though? Let me hear some of your top vocalists.
All time.
Why were you on it? All time.
Oh, Luther's #1 for me.
Really?
Luther.
Did you see that tweet today where like most of his songs were like remakes
covers
or whatever?
I don't even know. We're talking about vocalists, not songwriting. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, exactly. Luther, of course, Whitney.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm not even like in a point. I'm putting there because I have to, but Mariah, but everybody knows, like that.
I mean, she hits notes no one can hit.
For me, and people are gonna think I'm crazy, but
Bobby Brown.
No,
that's a real curveball.
Like whose voice? I think one of the voices that like touch me is Otis Redding's, bro. Like,
boy,
that raspiness,
that was some shit.
Yeah, some shit, bro. Like
shout out to Otis. Man.
Oh yeah, real talk. But yeah, those are some of my like off the top of my head, of course.
Bobby Womack.
He a mark.
That is a.
You know what's crazy? I don't know if I can say this because whatever. But so this artist that I'm working with called me, Brandon. He was like, "Hey, bro, I got the greatest news you ever want to hear." I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "I'm sitting with a guy who has unreleased Bobby Womack records." And I'm like, "What? How?"
I'm saying how.
So he put homie on the phone. He was like, "Look, bro, Bobby Womack's wife came into a cell phone store I was working at, like AT&T or some shit. And he was just being nice to her, helped her, set up her cell plan or whatever. Yeah. And he was telling her like, yo, Bobby Womack's my dad. I guess somehow she ended up telling him like, I'm Bobby Womack's wife or whatever. And he was like, oh, my dad loves Bobby Womack. So he said she came back and gave him a box of CDs and was like, these are all unreleased. Give them to your dad.
Wow.
That's a crazy story.
So the guy was like, I'm going to get the records back from my dad and pass them off to y'all so y'all can do y'all thing or whatever. And I was like,
oh yeah, we fun. Yeah,
that's some untapped
bro.
Right
what?
there.
Like that shit crazy.
So I'm waiting, screaming on the sample.
He just called me like Thursday. So
that's weird.
That's wild.
That's a wild story.
But even I was telling you I was dating this one chick whose mom sang with
yes, I do remember that.
The All My Love Is a Low Rider.
Oh, War?
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't know the guy was black because I heard that song and they just that's like Hispanic culture.
Yeah, Chicano. Big in Chicano. Yeah.
So he had a radio station through Fishbowl because he lives here.
Okay.
I seen that nigga at Kroger while I was with them on God.
Yeah.
So no, I wasn't with them. I think I was with my brother, and I knew it was him. And I walked up to him. I was like, "Hey, like I date so and so's daughter," because he had called her in on the radio station to play the song that she sung on.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yo, da da da," and I ended up getting an unreleased record from
wild.
Her. She gave me the record, and I used it on Brandon's 2.5 minutes.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Game 6 was the sample.
Weird.
Yeah,
Game 6. Yeah.
That sample is unreleased.
Wild stuff.
Yeah, that's real wild. But what were you saying you wanted to get into? You said something. You I think about the Roe.
Oh yeah.
Oh what?
The Roe versus Wade.
Oh. Okay.
We talked about it. It's hard because I know some of the people that were in the room with us yesterday, I know where they stand on this subject.
because they're
not necessarily that women shouldn't have the right to
their
do
beliefs,
that.
right?
Their beliefs,
right.
Like they wouldn't want their woman to go do that,
Right.
But as a grand scheme of things, them overturning that would, they didn't support that. So I've seen a lot of women. This is how I prefaced the conversation yesterday. A lot of women on, vocalize that men aren't really speaking up about this particular subject. And it affects us all, man, woman, no matter your race, creed, religion.
Right.
So I wanted to get your perspective on it and, see how you felt.
The whole scope of it, I think, is very, very wild. I specifically want to do more research on how come this hasn't been like cemented to make sure it can never, be taken away.
Right.
Like because it's been on their desk for almost about 40, 50 years, something like
Right.
that. How is this not like inserted to make sure they can never be taken away? Like I don't know. I'm not a politician, so
Right.
I'm not gonna act like I know. But
Right.
I'm just thinking like how are they able to do it? Like this should be something that should be cemented within
So from my understanding, 3 of the sitting people in the Supreme Court hold
the juice.
thing was they would not touch it.
Okay.
That was their whole way into the door anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
That older black guy, it was a woman.
Yeah, he a mark.
And then there was, I guess the third guy was a older white guy or whatever, person rather.
Right.
So their whole way in getting those seats was like, we're not touching this. This is a part of American Foundation, blah, 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 blah. However, this shit got overturned, whatever. But they were 3 of the main people that said we wouldn't touch it. And they were like 3 of the main people that ultimately ended up making that decision. One thing I don't see enough people talking about, which again, this goes back to us going in there and doing this shit on ground level, not just when presidents are being elected, but like our judges, our representatives from our respective states, right? So they overturned it, which gave the state back the power, basically, right? So like California could say, we're for this or we're against this, and that's just be the law of the land.
Yeah.
I respect that. Us being in Texas, though,
we live in the South, though.
it's very, very crazy. So that means
they had 9 states immediately.
Yeah,
ban it
what was it?
immediately?
Like
It was
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we banned it with no protection for ours is to 15 weeks, but no protection for rape though. So if you're raped, you fucked.
crazy. So that just means, which again, people aren't talking about, and this is more important than who's sitting in the White House, like state level.
Definitely.
We have to get
boy,
Abbott out of there.
Yeah, definitely.
We have to. And I'm not saying Beto is the answer. Might be somebody else.
Right.
He's a nice candidate for, the time being, like what he's promoting or whatever the case may be. But on the state level, like I feel like that gives us the power because we get to elect who's in there making these decisions. Who's standing for us?
Right.
Right. Obviously, us being in a red state is going to be a little bit more tricky.
Right.
It's going to be a little bit more hard. But yeah, I think we can still fight this.
Right. But to answer your question, I'm gonna give you 2 parts. The first one, just how I feel about it in general. I really, we really like as a country need to really like look ourselves in the mirror.
Oh
like,
yeah.
What are we really doing at this point? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does this? Because just like. And I'm not trying to like derail it, but just like guns, you can ban guns. They're gonna find a way to do it.
Oh yeah.
So you can ban abortions, but they're still gonna find a way to do it. Makes it even more dangerous.
Yeah,
Right.
You know,
unsafe.
unsafe. Right. That's my biggest part about it. And I'm also a big proponent of who am I to tell a woman, because I'm not gonna carry the baby.
Right.
I'm not carrying the child. I'm not going through those pains. I'm not going through those body changes. I'm not going through sleepless nights. So who am I to say you have to carry the child? I think that's hogwash. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. When it comes to that, I think it's BS. The second part where you're saying not enough men are speaking, I'm tired of words at this point. What are the actions going to be? You know what I'm saying? Because this goes to a whole scope of societal issues that we have, because we tweet a lot as a society. We tweet this. We don't like this. We don't like that.
Sign petitions.
Yeah, exactly. Sign petitions. Okay, when we going to actually put some, because the changes, through radical change comes through uneasiness and people not being comfortable. It's too comfortable just to say, I don't like it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen videos, like the marching is cool. I love them. I love the attention it gets. I love all that. But I like what, let's create a plan to really make some real actual change. Because we can march, they still gonna be in they illustrious estate chilling. Like, okay, they marching out there. You know what I'm saying? So like that, and that's my biggest thing is just like, and that's just not just this topic, but a lot of societal topics. What are we doing to really force them to change? And I believe voting has its purpose. I believe marching has its purpose. But at the same time, we've been doing this for almost 50, 60 years for multiple different things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Multiple different things. So,
and I think the reason that being is what ended up happening, like with Martin and all of them, what they were doing with them, they saw that brought attention. But times have changed.
So people are numb to it.
Yeah, that marching thing really it's not going to have the same effect it did when they were doing it.
Right, exactly.
They didn't have social media, bro. That's
That's
how they had to get it out.
And to be honest, social media, I mean, that's a place we can all come to congregate, but it's not going to happen.
But information is so fast on there now.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
And not only that, not only is it fast, people don't take the time to really vent and see what's really true.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's inaccurate.
A lot of it's very inaccurate, you know. Or they'll show you a clip of 15 seconds, but then show you the minute 50 of how that 15 seconds happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And stuff like that. Also, the second part of my answer is the people we elect, we got to hold them accountable. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, we really got to like, okay, you promised us X, Y, and Z.
Right.
If we get you this, if we help you get you to C, you better come through with this. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of it is mistrust. Our society, our people don't trust our government, whether you're blue or red.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't trust either side, honestly.
Right.
If I could be 100%, like truly trust you for the best interest of like my community and my people, I don't trust you. You know, I'm choosing the lesser of the evils, but it's still a demon with the horns regardless. You know what I'm saying? So I think if the American people don't trust the government, the American people don't trust themselves, like as in like, you know, and a lot of our conversations are extreme. So like extreme. This one, no, Roe versus Wade, to me is one of those conversations where that one's, I don't see the middle ground. Like me personally, like but I'm talking about in general as a society, there is no middle ground when it comes to a lot of these conversations. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For them to keep thumping the Bible the way that they do.
I was about to say that because that's the key for any politician in America.
The Bible.
Is just say, because of God, this is why, and then 70% of the country is going to shut up and just be like, oh, it's Bible.
But choice.
There ain't no God in the White House.
Free will was what he gave us, right? And then something you said maybe years ago at this point. I think you were the first person I saw say this on Twitter. It's like, why are we putting, I'm paraphrasing, like, but you were like, why give this much stock, as black people, give this much stock into religion when they like stripped us of everything and they gave us this.
Right, exactly.
Like, what is the bigger meaning? That's control.
Right, exactly. It's control. Exactly.
To strip us away from the free will, the God-given right that we had was choice, free will.
Right, exactly. And that's why I hate this. It's the choice thing, you know. Just not to make it about me. I grew up in a Muslim house, but I also grew up. My dad was Muslim. My mom was Christian.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Right. Yeah, it's cool until you get like 20 and you're like, what the hell's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's cool to get both perspectives. Because I've read the Quran and the Bible.
Right,
so it's
exactly.
Cool, yeah.
So I grew up with the Quran and the Bible. So I seen and. It's very similar. You know what I'm saying? It's very similar, you know.
Just some different names.
Different names, right. And, you know, what we consider a deity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And to use that as a guide to rule your country or to for an explanation of why we do this, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Because like I said, I grew up in a very multicultural area. Some of my good friends were like Hindu, you know, or they might have been Buddhist. So why are you trying to force this on them? They had nothing to do. It's a very, very weird paradox that we put ourselves in, and we can't say we separate the church and state if we put in the church and if that's our reason for doing it. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't work.
It contradicts I don't call them the founding father. I call them the people whoever created this. You know, they ain't my father. You know what I'm saying?
They stole this.
They stole it, right? But even in their words, they were like, "Yo, we really want to keep this."
Let's every 50 or something years
change it up because times change. You know what I'm saying?
If they had the smarts to see that
in 1776, right?
Like regardless of what was going on at that time, at least they knew we change every
Because to me, like you said, to me, this all is control and fear mongering. That's all it really is. It's
all it is, bro.
That's all it is. And
That's crazy,
and,
bro.
and these people's lives we're talking about. They're not numbers. They're not just figures. These are people, human beings. You know
And
what I'm saying?
always say, especially while Trump was in office, I always was like, bro, what if one of Trump's people, like his blood, had to, at this point, go get an abortion because
Pretty
some
sure there is.
wild shit going on.
I'm pretty sure Trump probably did back in his day. You know, slid someone some money, like, okay, you gotta get, you know.
But now that it's being, you know, quote unquote outlawed or whatever, like, where do the politicians that overturned it, like, where do they sit on the fence when it comes to their families? Like, and how they're affected by this. Like, if their nieces or daughters or granddaughters or sisters had to endure this shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's a game of contradictory. You know what I'm saying? They play the game to get to where they want to get to. Once they get there, they don't give a dang what happens after that.
That's so wild.
And they forget, like I said, they forget we're humans. You know, these are
the
human lives being affected by your quote unquote morality. Where you have no moral compass to begin with. So where are you taking us? You know what I'm saying?
I agree wholeheartedly.
Man, I
with
wish
that.
people still got the ass beat. That's all I want.
No, like real talk. Like let's duel. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back and
Got
duel.
your
Duel
ass
to the
beat,
death,
Yeah, bro. Like
duel to the death. There's one more thing I want to ask you about, and it's only to get your perspective because you're from the West Coast or whatever.
surely.
I'm not trying to have you throw anybody under the bus or anything.
I'll throw him. I don't care.
How do you feel about Wack 100?
He's beefing with my cousin. My cousin Spice One.
Okay.
And he's an OG rapper from out in the Bay Area. He's beefing with him. I'm always say blood first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just for me personally, when I think about Wack, do what you do, but like I don't see the purpose of it.
Right.
You're like almost 50, 60. Why you, like at this point you should be seeking peace in your life. You should be
Taking the big E route.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to figure out your spot and keeping it in there. But if every other day saw another man's name is in your mouth, bro, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Nothing you're spewing out is positive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you claim power rule this, power rule that. That's fine, bro. That's cool. But you down there 60.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I already know when you bang for life. I get that. You know, that's part of you is who you are. But you're causing chaos and confusion for these young cats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't the one throwing hands. You know what I'm saying? You just yapping.
Yeah.
And so you got these young dudes putting themselves in situations they don't have to be in. And like at this point, you don't have to agree with anything. And I'm pretty sure you know a lot of stuff the world doesn't know. But why talk about it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like why bring this? Like what do you gain from bringing this stuff up? It's some stuff I expect to see at like a junior high or high school lunch table. You know what I'm saying? These type of conversations like, oh, I got a tape on this dude, or he ain't really do this, and he ain't really about like, bro, who cares? Like,
And I agree with everything you said.
like, he moves funny to me, bro. Like, and like I said, he's actively beefing with my cousin, so that's probably part. I'm probably biased to ask that question,
Right.
But at the same time, just as a man, I don't get how you moving. Like, I don't get that whole camp. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't get that the whole camp is a bunch of weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and
I wasn't trying. I'm just curious because I ain't saying I'm invested or anything, but talking about being on YouTube, that's a lot of my feed. I definitely watch a lot of No Jumper. I try to
at least spit on each other.
Oh yeah,
That was wild.
That was wild.
Like,
that was wild. And homie, I see him trying to like pattern himself after academics as well.
Ugh.
Not the guy who initiated the spit, but the guy who was like, I don't even know his name.
The bigger dude? Yeah.
Like I could tell he definitely tried
but
to
he's
pattern
not
him.
from California, is he?
I don't know where he's from.
Yeah, I don't think I think
I don't know anything.
No Jumpers. I be watching their clips everywhere, but that's kind of turning to Crip Central. All I see is a bunch of Hoovers in there. I'm like, God, dog.
But that's all he had on run with. You know what I'm saying? So I get that.
I get it. Yeah.
But at least they put politics to the side for the greater good of like, let's try to get to some.
Until on boy come in there. But I understand why he's not allowed with, because Rail can't be in there with.
Yeah.
But and that makes perfect sense. Yeah, but
even T-Rail sitting down with Nipsey homie Jay Stone.
Jay Stone, yeah.
I know that was like a big deal.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
So
yeah,
they can put that shit to the side when it's building happening, but disrespecting.
But my only thing with No Jumper, and I'm not talking about anyone individually, but as a whole, it's a lot of. I feel like that energy feels weird to me sometimes. Sometimes I feel like it's not fake. It's real.
Right.
I'm just saying it's like, all right, do you really want to have all these, at the same, like it's just, where something's gonna pop.
That's why I give a lot of credit to AD though, because he definitely separates.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And he's trying to build. I know T-Rail's like, Crit Mac not allowed up here ever again. Like if he here, I quit type shit.
Yeah.
I get that side. Again, the homie that act like academics or whatever. That was rough.
That was very rough.
It was very rough.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he wasn't making no solid points about his case.
Right.
I watch this shit. Don't know like none of that shit. Like I definitely bring that again. The ignorance shit. I'm bringing that to the like, bro. But I do feel like it's to me, to a certain degree, it's important to kind of stay tapped in with shit like that.
No, it's very.
I watch all the podcasts, all the hip hop podcasts.
My favorite right now is Hoffa.
I saw you say that.
Yeah.
And I do think he's doing a great job.
He's doing a great job because I'm getting stories that I don't have to hear horns. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got to hear all that stuff. He's getting like he got Junior Reed in there. Like I was like, that's dope.
Hearing the story about the One Blood. And all that shit.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah,
shit that we went.
Fat Joe telling his stories in there. That was dope.
I
you know what I'm saying?
I sent him the clip where he was like, I used to sit and my Beamer with the windows down and my chain on the
just wish motherfucker.
Yeah, love Fat Joe. Love Fat Joe.
My problem with No Jumper, and that type of like, because to me that's not real journalism, hip hop journalism.
Right.
It's a bunch of gossiping and a bunch of
that's why I don't like that.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, I like that these brothers getting opportunities to get out their neighborhood. Make a check, do what they need to do for their families. I get it, but knock on wood, I hope it never happens. Something bad is going. Like it's just too many cooks in there at one time, bro. And that energy is not a really great energy. You know what I'm saying? So I really I hope it never happens, of course. But I just feel like it's not because sooner or later someone gonna bring a homie who just don't care. Right. You know what I'm saying? Who just doesn't care, and they're gonna go left. You can't control all your homies, bro.
No, you can't.
No matter if you're gangbang or just a regular dude, you can't control everybody you bring with. You know what I'm saying? And somebody gonna be in there, and it's gonna turn bad, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
And I have a love-hate relationship with Vlad, honestly. Like Vlad TV. Like I love Vlad's interviews, but then I hear stories about how
ops.
And like it just
he's an informant.
But and I'll be like, I watch Vlad like one of his interviews. Like he's interviewing. He has clips of it interviewing Baby's brother.
Gangsta Williams.
Yeah. That's a dope interview.
Yeah,
he's actually interviewing Math Hoffa right now. Yeah. That's a dope interview.
I've liked the last few
and.
For sure.
And to go back, I really like because he interviewed the rappers I grew up with, like Trey D, BG Knockout. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
He interviewed he interviewed a lot of them.
Cut.
And it really gave me. He even interviewed Big U. You know what I'm saying? It really gave me like. I like I'll be lying to say I like Vlad's interviewing style.
Sugar Free too.
Sugar Free a couple times. He had one time he was in the chair getting his hair done.
My fucking
Shout
God.
out to Sugar Free.
I'm gonna delete that message. I know what the fuck I said.
Exactly. So I really like Vlad's interview process, how he interviews his guests and how he like, but also I never was big on he makes some snitch, but you know what you're saying.
That is true.
You when you go like when he interviewed Sugar Free or even for like Trey D, they know what to say. Boosie don't tell you nothing. He tells you a lot, but not telling you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like and stuff like that. So
Boosie's a wild boy.
Boosie's a wild boy.
Like honestly, I guess I do like Vlad Channel. The only thing I didn't like was when he interviewed old boy who killed Bankroll Fresh. That one was that one was I didn't like that one.
Let me tell you something about that, bro.
Yeah.
For a minute, I was like, fuck 21 Savage, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Because 21 and him are homies, and he was on stage saying, tell everybody you killed old boy.
Yeah.
And I was just like, bro, you don't do that.
You don't do that, bro. Yeah.
And I think since then, that was a different 21 from what we getting now.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think he would have said that shit today.
He was fresh off the trenches.
Fresh.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah. And even him saying like, nah, bro, I'm not. The homie that did it, hearing his side of the story, I understood like his perspective. Like it was either killed or be killed type thing, which is why I don't like, even watching that interview, he wasn't being like OD disrespectful about the situation. Right. He was like, bro, he shot at me, I shot back.
To me, it was the timing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The timing, and then you didn't. I also heard that his family wanted to have a rebuttal interview. Okay, this was his story. This was, and it didn't ever happen. So that whole situation was just.
That Bankroll Fresh shit hurt because he was definitely one of my favorites at the time.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I definitely still run back all there. Like that's my national anthem for sure.
Yeah,
I remember I saw him in Atlanta, bro.
Yeah,
with 2 Chainz.
Yeah. Because that was, what's that, Street is X, right? That was the
Yeah,
label,
but
yeah.
but it was at the A3C the festival. They had like a whole show with the true game. Remember
Yeah.
that? True religion.
Yeah.
I remember all that, man. That's crazy.
That was but to be honest, I never saw anything wrong with what Vlad was doing.
Yeah, I mean, even honestly,
I know the biggest thing was that whole shit with Joe Budden and Ransom thing.
Who doesn't have
That
problems
was
with
a whole issue.
but that's the thing. Like, I love Joe Budden's podcast with or without Rory and Mal. Like, I like.
Yeah, I like it, but
Love's a strong word. I see it on YouTube, watch the clips. You know what I'm saying? So I don't just tune in. But
He doesn't have filter. That's for
yeah, he
sure.
doesn't have a filter. But with Joe, man, if you beefing with the Wu-Tang, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like Joe has an instance of like getting into it with people. You know, and then,
not so much now though.
Yeah, not so much now. I'm talking about just like you
Right,
know, like
right. His
the-
history. Yeah.
his history.
Wu-Tang will beat your ass up.
Yeah, real talk.
There's
And-
too many of them not to.
right.
Well, yeah, you know.
And so, like, and if I could be 100, I still don't know really what the riff is between Vlad and Joe. I know they don't rock
So,
with each other.
Vlad had interviewed Ransom. It was on some rap shit at first, but then I don't know if you remember Ransom going to Joe Budden's people house and slapped the dude on camera.
Yeah.
Vlad was holding the camera.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Damn, he
Joe
filmed it.
made it like this was
Yeah.
personal type shit.
yeah.
Like you took his side type shit.
I mean, I can see that if you come to my house with a camera and step on the
Slap that nigga. Go get that nigga. Go get that nigga. And he was like, all right. Like, that's tough to swallow that.
No, definitely
like,
is.
Very pause. Like that's tough. Like,
Yeah.
and this is YouTube's like conception phase. Like, so
Yeah, right, definitely.
everybody saw that shit. This is back when Unforgiven and all that shit. Unforgivable, rather. Yeah, like
Give me some Chick-fil-A.
yeah,
some waffle
that was wild. And obviously, Ransom and Joe have shook hands and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
They cool,
yeah.
but
Still.
Joe still feel away about Vlad, which is unwarranted at this point.
Right.
But whatever.
Hip hop beef is funny to me. Hip hop and media beef has always been hilarious to me.
I was telling Joseph yesterday, the issue with the media is there's not, and he told me the name, so thank you. There's not any Howard Cosell's in the game right now.
the Ali,
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So like, once we build a more better rapport as far as interviewing goes,
Yeah.
I might say, nigga, that verse was whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But then when the cameras are off, I'll be like, look, bro, you know what I'm saying? Everything good with the family, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
we have a
definitely.
real relationship.
Right,
So as
real
media,
rapport.
I should be able to be like, yo, this might not have been,
The hottest stuff.
or your yards this game was shit, right?
Right.
Should be able to have that conversation. But after the fact, I should still be able to look you in your eye, treat you as man with respect or whatever.
definitely.
So like the shit that like Skip, Shannon, whoever you, Stephen A, even Perk, like you watching these guys like
Fuck Kendrick Perkins.
yeah, fuck them. But
Weak ass boy.
but you talk shit about these players and what they do, and you can't do this anymore.
Right, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Or never did it.
Well,
Skip Bayless never
yeah,
did it, bro.
yeah. But we should still be able to politic behind all that shit and
definitely,
be able to have a mutual respect for each other.
And not so much sports, but I guess music-wise, that respect is gone.
Yeah.
I know this is bad to say because a man I never met, but there's not one redeeming quality I have for academics, bro.
Thank you.
Like, there's just something that, like,
I hate him with a passion.
like, there's just something like, because the way he just twists stuff and like, it like.
Fucking loser, bro.
Yeah, man, I don't. And it's not just him. It's like a whole.
Yeah.
There's a wave of those
There's a
guys.
wave
Yeah.
of those guys, and I'm like, bro, don't you know you get punched in the mouth in real life? You know what I'm saying? And how they instigate beefs,
Yeah,
like,
Vic Benson wanted to
Yeah.
fucking
Wale
snatch him
too?
up.
well,
yeah.
and
You gonna flex with me on the Xbox?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, especially like, and I'm not just speaking on academics, but a lot of these like hip hop quote unquote journalists, or I don't know the word for it now. They instigate beef where real people are dying.
Yeah, shot
You know?
jocks.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
they want those clicks, but like these are people's sons, fathers, brothers being buried, and you didn't pull the trigger, but you dang sure didn't help,
Right.
put it back in the
The worst thing that happened to hip hop was rolling people in like packs.
Yeah,
That was the
bro.
worst thing that happened. Because at the end of the day, when all this shit go away, like you said, these are people being
Human,
taken
yeah,
away. You know what I'm saying?
And not only that, for example, I'm not gonna say it on the artist's name, but an artist could pass, but he was feeding almost 20 people in his camp.
Yeah.
So now they have no, now they back on the street doing
Fuck
what they
passing everything that's going on with like YSL. Like how many people were being fed?
Right,
like,
exactly.
Off that, yeah, bro.
But they had an empire.
Yeah.
YSL had like I'm not even talking about the stuff they're allegedly
Right,
talking about. I'm talking
right.
about them just making money in the industry. They had an empire feeding dozens of people.
But I am on the side of if they did that shit, they right where they need to be.
Oh, no,
I'm
definitely.
on that side.
Oh, yeah,
I am on that side.
No,
I know
definitely.
you're not supposed to say that, but I'm on that side for sure.
Definitely, because if what they alleged that they said, they took someone's son as well. You know what I'm saying? And whoop de whoop, blah,
50
blah, blah.
how much?
It's 50, Chris.
I said the ante should have been up over 5 years. Y'all talking all this? This should have been way more than 50 bodies. Way more.
Chris, shut up.
50 is a lot.
Yeah.
But over 5 years, bro, hell no. 5 to 8 years or whatever. No, hell no. Nigga, I'm supposed to run that shit up.
Okay.
Okay.
I still that's 10 people a year. I don't.
Right.
What is the quota supposed to be, Chris?
A lot more.
Okay.
Y'all talking like this. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
But any closing remarks you have about, whatever you want?
Nah, man, I just appreciate y'all for calling me up here, man. It's dope.
yeah.
It's dope. I love the conversations, man. If you listen to this, go get the Garden Project. It's streaming on every major streaming service. Check out Honey Day. She's released a single, Smoking Liquor. So go ahead and release that. She also got another summer jam coming out. So yeah, man, we working. And for the people hearing this, I just want y'all to, find your peace. Find your place, because the world is crazy right now. The world, and it's not gonna give it to you. You got to find it yourself.
That's
you
a
know
fucking
what I'm saying?
fact.
So just find it, whatever it is. It could be eating ice cream. It could be chilling in the pool. Whatever it is, just find your moment of peace and continue on what you're doing.
I agree.
Yeah.
There you get anything else?
No.
Okay.
Perfectly said.
Well, appreciate it as always.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
See y'all next week.
Do. Peace out, fuckers.
Oh wow.
That's how I end every.